My name is Jeff Zerlin, aka Jihos, and I'm a co-founder of Sky Mavis, the inventors of Axie Infinity and the Ronin Network. We've been saying that 2023 will be a year for building, and today we're showing that's what we've been doing. We are delivering on RON staking, the transition to DPoS, to deliver property rights to all users of the internet, starting with gamers. Today's announcement shows that Ronin is about so much more than Axie. We're welcoming new IPs, new teams, new types of experiences onto Ronin, while also reinforcing the core foundation of Axie Infinity. The transition to DPoS is part of our plan to decentralize the Ronin network over time. It's something that is super important to the integrity and the health and safety of the ecosystem. We saw back in 2021 with the launch of Ronin how Axie and Ronin can be super synergistic with each other. So more games on Ronin, more activity on Ronin, I think this is going to benefit the entire Axie community and the ecosystem as a whole. We envision Ronin as the best place to launch and grow Web3 games. So way back in 2018 when we were building Axie, we realized that there was still so much infrastructure that needed to be built. Gas fees were really high on Ethereum. It was slow, right? So building on Ethereum was a lot like training in the hyperbolic chamber from Dragon Ball Z. With Ronin, we're solving all the problems and building all the tools that we wish we had when we started our journey. So a Ronin is a samurai without a master. And with Ronin, we took the destiny of our own products into our own hands. And simultaneously, we see this as an opportunity for Web3 game developers to also take the destiny and the direction of their products. These ecosystems, due to how they combine economics, community, and leisure, are becoming known as digital nations. Axie Infinity was hampered by high transaction speeds and slow finality on Ethereum. However, when Axie deployed on Ronin in April 2021, it experienced hypergrowth and onboarded millions of gamers. The community has been asking for two main things on Ronin. One, RON staking. Two, more games, more experiences. And today, we're taking a major step towards a world of infinite experiences. Web3 games are a new type of game. Games that are more empowering to the community, to the users that play them. Today's migration to DPoS is about you. Over the last few years, it's become really clear how digital ownership and property rights can transform the lives of gamers all over the world. Today's migration to DPoS for Ronin will allow us to double down on this and expand it to more gamers. Over the last year, I've been traveling to meet our community in America, the Philippines, Vietnam, all over the world, and it's been really touching to hear the stories of people who have had their lives changed by this revolution. Today, we're making a big step towards making this even more accessible to the billions of gamers all over the world. There are a bunch of ways for the community to get involved right now. First, start staking your RON tokens through a validator. Second, let's help amplify this announcement. Join the community, join the Ronin Discord, follow us on Twitter, retweet this post. And finally, start doing research into some of these games. See which ones resonate with you and which ones you're most excited about. My name is Jeff Zerlin, aka Jihos, and I'm a co-founder of Sky Mavis, the inventors of Axie Infinity and the Ronin Network. We've been saying that 2023 will be a year for building, and today we're showing that's what we've been doing. We are delivering on RON staking, the transition to DPoS, to deliver property rights to all users of the internet, starting with gamers. Today's announcement shows that Ronin is about so much more than Axie. We're welcoming new IPs, new teams, new types of experiences onto Ronin, while also reinforcing the core foundation of Axie Infinity. The transition to DPoS is part of our plan to decentralize the Ronin network over time. It's something that is super important to the integrity and the health and safety of the ecosystem. We saw back in 2021 with the launch of Ronin how Axie and Ronin can be super synergistic with each other. So more games on Ronin, more activity on Ronin, I think this is going to benefit the entire Axie community and the ecosystem as a whole. We envision Ronin as the best place to launch and grow Web3 games. So way back in 2018 when we were building Axie, we realized that there was still so much infrastructure that needed to be built. Gas fees were really high on Ethereum. It was slow, right? So building on Ethereum was a lot like training in the hyperbolic chamber from Dragon Ball Z. With Ronin, we're solving all the problems and building all the tools that we wish we had when we started our journey. So a Ronin is a samurai without a master. And with Ronin, we took the destiny of our own products into our own hands. And simultaneously, we see this as an opportunity for Web3 game developers to also take the destiny and the direction of their products. These ecosystems, due to how they combine economics, community, and leisure, are becoming known as digital nations. Axie Infinity was hampered by high transaction speeds and slow finality on Ethereum. However, when Axie deployed on Ronin in April 2021, it experienced hypergrowth and onboarded millions of gamers. The community has been asking for two main things on Ronin. One, RON staking. Two, more games, more experiences. And today, we're taking a major step towards a world of infinite experiences. Web3 games are a new type of game. Games that are more empowering to the community, to the users that play them. Today's migration to DPoS is about you. Over the last few years, it's become really clear how digital ownership and property rights can transform the lives of gamers all over the world. Today's migration to DPoS for Ronin will allow us to double down on this and expand it to more gamers. Over the last year, I've been traveling to meet our community in America, the Philippines, Vietnam, all over the world, and it's been really touching to hear the stories of people who have had their lives changed by this revolution. Today, we're making a big step towards making this even more accessible to the billions of gamers all over the world. There are a bunch of ways for the community to get involved right now. First, start staking your RON tokens through a validator. Second, let's help amplify this announcement. Join the community, join the Ronin Discord, follow us on Twitter, retweet this post. And finally, start doing research into some of these games. See which ones resonate with you and which ones you're most excited about. My name is Jeff Zerlin, aka Jihos, and I'm a co-founder of Sky Mavis, the inventors of Axie Infinity and the Ronin Network. We've been saying that 2023 will be a year for building, and today we're showing that's what we've been doing. We are delivering on RON staking, the transition to DPoS, to deliver property rights to all users of the internet, starting with gamers. Today's announcement shows that Ronin is about so much more than Axie. We're welcoming new IPs, new teams, new types of experiences onto Ronin, while also reinforcing the core foundation of Axie Infinity. The transition to DPoS is part of our plan to...
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. The Apeiron action continues. My boy Biku, how are you feeling this early morning?
I'm feeling hyped. I'm feeling sharp like a Sharpie. And speaking of which, he is in the tournament right now. 8 players from South America, and it is going to be an amazingly hyped day. And of course, we get to see the man, the myth, the legend himself, Rollo. Can he win it all like he did in the leaderboards, in the tournaments? What do you think? What do you make of this, Chief? I know he's your boy. He's your boy down at ape.gg, but we'll see what people like Sharpie is also here. The man, the guy that just made our heads turn in the E4E tournament as well. So a lot of strong competition in today's tournament.
Yeah, man. Meditate has been dominating this week. They 1-2'd the other 2 tournaments, so, if I had a hat, I'd take it off for them, but I don't. Well done to them. They did a really, really good job. So I'm really hoping for ApeGG's sake that today we get that big dub. Rollo is definitely on fire. He's looking to defend his title of South America, but as you said, no one has been able to erase Sharpie yet. So
None.
Is Rollo going to be the one to erase Sharpie? But, it's early. We're still in the early stages of this tournament. We are going to see some insane action today. From the leaderboard, it seems like, most of the top 50 players or 20 were in South America, I believe. Not sure. Could be wrong. But lots of talent, lots of skill, and I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it, even though, the brain's not quite working yet. It's a little bit early. But that's okay. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be
okay. Baby steps, man. Baby steps. But honestly, in the previous tournaments for NAEU and also for Southeast Asia, the boots from Meditate and 1437 Scholarship has been seen at the top. Are there any? I'm not actually sure if there are any representation right now from his squad in this current tournament. I know there's Ape.gg. Sharpie. Right, Sharpie. Oh my god.
It's wow. Sharpie. He's the guy coming out of nowhere. Well, not really out of nowhere, but really like making his presence felt. And he could be the way that Meditate wins the Triple Crown. I guess we got to call it that at this point.
Oh, yeah.
So we are going to find out. We are going to see what is good, and we're gonna get into the action here real frickin' soon.
Yes. So are they gonna be making it a 3-for-3, the representation in the first and second place? But I know Sharpie is not gonna back down from this. Well, he is a favorite. He used to be the underdog, but now he seems to be the Titan that everybody now, that he became the thing that he went off to beat back in E4E. He sliced off a lot of known faces, but now he's so well known now that if you say, did you see Frank's tweet, by the way? he tweeted a Sharpie pen.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Frank's on it. I love it. He's got his meme game on point. He's been supporting. I really, really love to see him getting involved on Twitter. I'm loving to see this dude pinned up on the screen too. That's funny. These little dudes, this is funny. It's a funny little addition to Twitch. And good freaking morning to everybody. I'm seeing the players come in. Congrats, Mino, last night. You put up a fight. You were absolutely amazing to watch. And this game, man, this game is the shit. The bees knees. This is just. I wouldn't wake up at 6 in the morning to cast most games. Like, hell no. Hell no. But I am looking forward to this. This is going to be some good stuff. So, who's our first match? Okay, here we go, baby. We are pulling up the bracket, and here we go. So let's go to the beginning. In round 1, we had Gap versus Zelix. Gap took that. Sharpie versus Potestaten Pot. So that was a rematch, and Sharpie took it again. Rollo taking out Zagon, and K-Room taking out Toby. So, and then down in the losers bracket, Zelix has removed Potestaten from the tournament, and Toby has removed Zagon from the tournament. So we're going to be watching Gap versus Sharpie first, Rollo versus K-Room, and then the losers of those matches are going to drop down, and we're going to watch them against Zelix and Toby.
And oh my goodness, and right off the bat, Potestaten is already out of the tournament. Toby's still there, but now on the semifinals, we may potentially see a game between Sharpie and Rollo. I don't want to count out K-Room and Gap, but seeing as how the previous tournament went out, I am excited to see how this first match that we're going to be casting goes through. It is going to be between Gap and Sharpie, and whoever loses gets to fight Zelix to maybe climb back up to the top.
Exactly what we want to see. We're looking forward to it, and I'm ready, man. I am ready to hop into this first match, Gap versus Sharpie. This is the Zenith Invitational. We've got the top 8 players from each region. Today is South America, and it is a double elimination bracket. We are going to be going ham. We're going to be doing the tingy. We're going to see some AC5. We're going to see some FC5. We're going to see something in between. And I cannot wait to see these players unleash the hounds.
Oh yeah. All right. So yeah, unleash them. I'm so excited. I'm so ready. We're already in the chat. I see 1437. Mino. Who else is in there? Grars is in there as well. We've got Chief in the chat. Chief, see, you're down there too. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm saying what's up to the peeps.
All right,
keeping it active. It's early in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Just we all gotta share our energy with each other right now. I got my Axio, my little energy drink. I just had a fat coffee. I'm just gonna overdose on energy right now.
All right, and I mean, it's a good problem to have. I mean, if you're overdosing on positivity, why the heck not, you know?
Whoop, whoop, Lego, baby.
Positivity.
One of them will take it. Rollo, Sharpie, or Gap, says 1437. They are here cheering on their man, Sharpie. Let's see if he can continue the domination, or is somebody going to be able to erase the Sharpie today? Game 1. It is a Friday it is for me at least. Let's get it.
All right, let's get it on. It's a Thursday for them, but it's a Friday for us. Welcome to the Slam, getting fully charged, already being unloaded in one of the mages in the back. Still has one being held. Oh my god, actually a direct hit, 1400 damage into the follow-up and into the Welcome to the Slam. And then the last dude standing, allowing him to give him some areas of damage to the tier gap from moving into certain places. I like it. Very aggressive early game coming out of Sharpie.
So Sharpie playing this very, very well. He's got 2 of Gap's apostles basically down at this point. Hid down in the corner, bounced out when the moment came and he felt some pressure. Now he's getting chased down by Gap. He was sending out some feathers, not able to connect, so both players kind of resetting, taking on the apostles. And nope, actually Gap jumps in right into some feathers from Sharpie, but Sharpie taking some massive damage, evening out with the return though.
Well, the thing about the matchup is that it's a Delta versus a Cars, so Gap has more access to healing and more armor. And what is this? Hold the phone, 1437. I have a question for you in the chat. I see that Sharpie got promoted from being part of the Boots to meditate directly. Is this because of the tournament or the leaderboard? God dang. That is so cool. Opportunities everywhere, dude.
Top 10 and then winning a tournament, I think that can give you pro status at this early stage in this game. showing his domination. Nice stun right there, canceling Gap, and Gap sending out some feathers, trying to get some value here. Needs to heal, gets a little bit of heal, not really enough though. So Sharpie with the Apostle advantage as well as the HP advantage, and he is all over Gap. These two players are going to be duking it out. This is a best of 3, so no matter what happens here, there's going to be more chances. But look at this, Sharpie playing it absolutely beautifully, and feathers in, feathers out. Game 1 going to Sharpie.
Let's go. The hype as Sharpie plays once again, being left alone with his warriors. So Gap did focus fire on the mages at first in the early game, but left out the warriors in the late game, and that's kind of bad, especially when these warriors are a last dude standing. And welcome to the Slam Warriors. So here we go again with the early game, but this time Gap swapped out one of his warriors, I think, for a Guardian. I'm not sure if he had that before this early game. Magic Bomb being hovered. I guess 2 charges on the Welcome to the Slam is just the sweet spot when it comes to charging out your abilities. I guess he doesn't want to waste these along with the Thick Lad, so that the warriors can last a lot longer into the late game.
Yeah, because if you can get your warriors into the late game, all of a sudden the AC, the opposing AC5 player, they really got to worry about that damage. The Welcome to the Slam can just end the game all of a sudden. It can get him a cancel. Nice movement there by Sharpie. Both players really dancing around. Oh, he almost gets the cancel on the feathers. Not quite. The Slam will miss. And right now, Gap in a better position than last round. Trying to put on some damage. Trying to get some trades, as you said earlier, using the Karst. If he can get trades of damage, he'll be able to heal them up more efficiently. So, both players playing this matchup correctly. We got to see if Gap can keep in the game when it comes to the Apostles, though, or if he can take advantage of having all of his avatar cards in the mid to late game.
Oh, okay. But Sharpie just took the full front of that AC5. The return is not going to find anything, and as the same as well goes for Sharpie. And now Sharpie right now in a massive clear advantage with the Apostle count. So I think Sharpie has been the only person that I have seen with a majority, having majority of the Apostles still alive, has a clear advantage. Because usually when you see that in the enemy that also plays Air C5, Guston Unbound, usually they have an advantage if they have less Apostles than the opponent. But Gap overstaying his welcome, going right outside of the zone, taking a bit of damage there, and now the Zip Zap game looks to belong to Sharpie as well. He has more mana regen because of the fact that he has more water points.
Big return right there from Gap, though. He sent out the feathers, took out the final Apostle, threw on the Zip Zap, came back, and then hit Sharpie with a super, super strong return, getting out of the way right there. And now it's okay. So Sharpie is taking some big damage. He's about to get stunned. And look at this. Gap tying it up.
He comes back with that. He has the sustain. So the thing about Karst is that you're gonna have a hard time closing out the game. Sharpie did win that first match in a very clear fashion, just because he had the advantage in the Apostles, and the fact that it was double warriors as well. It was a lot easier for him to get to burst down Gap, but now Gap just avoiding the warriors all in all, having the advantage of wild growth along with other earth abilities that could heal him right back up. And we saw it last night as well with Mino versus Logic. Mino just refuses to die in the end. So the downside of Deltas is that it doesn't have much earth perks as Karst. So you're gonna have a hard time trying to close out games against the Karst as a Delta.
Yeah, we were seeing that a lot yesterday. It made for some extremely exciting games, though, because you'd see the Deltas having the Karsts down to 1 or 2 shots, and the Karst would just be able to dance around and stay alive. Both players knocking each other up, which I think was really big for Sharpie, because Gap looked like he was coming in to do some damage, get those early trades again, so he could use that Karst advantage yet again. Here we go. We got 2 welcome to the slams, and now Gap is going in. Sharpie's trying to use some slams to keep the distance and keep him safe. Slam still in hand, actually, and a switcheroo. So beautiful hand here from Sharpie, just waiting for the right moment to start using his cards. Everything costs 1, his mana is full, and it seems like it's time to do some tingies.
All right, well, time to do some thingies indeed. So it makes me wonder sometimes, because I know I've been seeing a lot of people that used to play Delta just for the AC5 plays, the AC5 Zip Zap and Tailwind. And some of the known people have been converting into karsts just because of the regeneration that's built in due to the Earth passives. We've seen this with Logic. Will we also be seeing it from Rallo? As now I'm curious. And if Sharpie does lose this, does he have a karst in his inventory as well to be used in this tournament? The baby cage comes down, a 4 Sharpie, but it does not stun him. Oh my goodness, Gap is taken extremely low. One last auto from a warrior should just be it, but the AC5 could be the nail in the coffin. The last dude standing is going to be used. The welcome to the slam is going to be hovered, but the return is going to execute Gap, and there it is. First round win for Sharpie, taking him to match point. Let's go, dude.
I mean,
wow.
That was clean right there.
Very
that
clean.
Was really, really clean. That was like when you write with a Sharpie on a whiteboard and it never comes off again. That's how clean that was. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the perfect lines. They're there forever. Those become, artifacts, basically.
Yeah.
It's like the pyramids. It's the same thing. That's going to be Sharpie. That's the next meme, guys. Get a pyramid, and then you get Sharpie, and it's like this perfect Sharpie that comes out because it's always immaculate. It still works and everything. You still can't erase it. Sharpie.
10 out of 10. Meditate, confirm the pyramid scheme. Let's go. It's because of the Sharpie effect.
It's the Sharpie effect, bro. It's all about Sharpie. This man he's trying to become a myth. He's trying to become a legend right now. And doing a great job. Gotta say, doing a great job. Gap is one of the best players in the world, always competing for the top 3 spots. And Sharpie's coming out like, nah, dude, not today. I'm just gonna do the tingy. So 1-0 for Sharpie. This is a best of 3. So let's get that, Mr. Producer, sir. But
Mr. Producer, sir, show us some more content. Show us the next show. I want to see Sharpie get erased. Gap better bring the club soda in. If that's even going to work at all, maybe the grinder to actually erase Sharpie down to the loser's bracket. He got a game off of him, but game 1 and game 3, Sharpie just wins in a very dominant fashion from early game to late game. In all 3 games, though, we saw Gap usually in the back foot, but maybe now he can show some dominance, and he does have the regeneration, so he shouldn't be shy. He shouldn't shy off from any early game openings that he can maybe take.
He needs to take those early game openings. He needs to. Gap is, it's so funny. The first time I casted this game, that's all I really knew was like, all right, so it was always Delta versus Karst, right? I was like, all right, so the Karst has to trade and heal and trade and heal and trade and heal. And I feel like that still stands. I think Gap needs to trade and heal and not get smushed by the slams. Obviously, that's always the play. The slams are the easiest way to just snowball a game, and boom, it's over, ladies and gentlemen.
Boom, it's over. Let's freaking go. All right.
Just like that.
So, that's like that. GG easy. Just accepts his fate. I'm kidding. Technical difficulties happens all the time, ladies and gentlemen. We're just kidding. We don't do that. All right. So
it's okay. It's okay. You know, maybe they needed to switch it up. Maybe there was a little laggy. Maybe, I don't know. Something happened, but they'll be back. They'll be back, and then we're gonna jump into this match, and I'm kind of hoping Gap can win this one so we can go to a rubber match. I always love rubber matches; those are my favorite.
That's true. You want rubber matches, but in some cases, showing dominance, especially when you're on the road to beat somebody who has achieved so much as Rallo. You'd want to, of course, present some kind of level of dominance.
True, and save your energy.
Worthy, you know?
And you want to save your energy, right? You want to go into that match and be like, all right, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling strong, and I think I can win this. You know, you don't want to be feeling like you're fighting a Titan and you're not confident. That would not be the situation.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. if Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan just backed down, but he's motivated because of the death of his mom, well, that's not the same here. That's just the this is a metaphor. But yeah, we're talking way too much anime, but we're now looking at two players going at it, and oh my God, Gap just going right in front of Sharpie's face, maybe realizing the amount of advantage that he has, or just planting that one mage at the back, perhaps. But the mage is just going to get bullied by the warriors early on, and it's probably already dead in a couple of seconds. Yep, just like that. One of Gap's mages is already dead, I guess for the sake of consistency.
So Gap was really aggressive there, ran right in, going for those trades, did get a little bit of damage, and, in theory it might have been okay, but his mage did get absolutely deleted. His warrior is now also going down. I feel like there might be an apostle diff here a little bit. Look at this. Like, it's kind of a mirror match, and these apostles are just absolutely getting crushed. Maybe 1437 can confirm. I'm not sure if Sharpie's sitting on some, uber godly apostles, or if it's just that Sharpie is focusing more on the apostles, but it's still, Gap is already low on life. He's getting chunked up by these warriors, and Sharpie in a great spot here.
The last dude standing Warriors has been chunking away at his HP, taking him to half health, just threatening a lot right now. And oh my goodness, here it comes. The Welcome to the Slam is going to get casted, but it's not going to find him. The stun on the second, 1400 damage clearly onto Gap. The Zip Zap Orb to boot as well. So the fight for the Zip Zap Orbs, you will be in a winning position if you have more HP. Oh my goodness, get away from the Warriors, dude. You know they're gonna hurt like hell, but he does need to take care of them, sacrificing an AC5 just to deal some damage, but the Thick Lad making it a lot harder to actually take care of these Warriors, so he's just gonna get closed out. A quarter health already. AC5 is not even gonna be enough, man.
Gap is, using double gust winds to get away from a single AC5. That is not going to be efficient mana use, to bring him back in this game when Sharpie's already chasing him. He's got more HP, and he's got two warriors chasing him. But, Gap's still in this. It's not over yet. He's hitting him with some zip zaps. He's getting in some good damage. Nice timing right there so he doesn't get stunned up. Oh, Sharpie jumps right into the feathers. This is going to give Gap a chance.
Oh my God. 1200 damage auto from the Warriors takes his life. He's been dodging both Sharpie and the Warriors, powered by Thick Lad, and the fact that they're thick makes it so much harder for him to even try to kill him with the AC5. Usually regular apostles or a regular warrior without a Thick Lad just takes maybe 2 AC5s, I think, to take out. But with the Thick Lad, their life their life and their armor is just way too much for Gap to handle. So the solution is to find maybe small ways how you can kill off Gap in the early game. Seeing that Gap also plays double mages, once you take out a mages, might want to go straight for Sharpie.
Yeah, I mean, do you think it might be the Thick Lad? Does Gap not use Thick Lad? I mean, that would make sense because these warriors for Sharpie, they seem to be unkillable, right? They just seem to be there in every single game. So let's see. Let's see if Gap can adjust. If he loses this, he's going to be dropping into the loser's bracket. So this is a very, very important match. I know Gap wants to stay in that winner's bracket. He wants to stay in the race. He wants to have his fight against Rollo. But right now, Gap in control, zipping and zapping, taking out these warriors on both sides, and no real trades coming in right now. Maybe Gap has decided to go and focus more on the apostles. No, here he comes.
All right, here it comes right now. So yeah, Gap looking like they're having the clear. Okay, never mind. Okay, so there was a clear advantage there, but it looks like Sharpie is going to be healing right back up and focusing on this mage. And once again, we're back in the same situation where Gap is now at a 3v1 situation with Sharpie and both of the warriors. Yes. Oh my goodness! Look at that auto from the last dude standing. The AC5 is there. The return is massive. Another charge of a last dude standing is going to be used. And the full front of that AC5 is not even going to be enough to chip away some damage. A few auto attacks could just be it, but the AC1 is going to save Gap's life for just a little bit. But is he actually going to survive this?
He had full HP. Gap is able to get one stun, one slam, one auto, then sends out the feathers, and we are back in the same position we've been in most games so far. And, it's looking like Sharpie's just going to shut this one down. That was a super combo. These warriors at the end of the game are showing to be the difference. And unless Gap can hit absolutely every feather here and nothing hits from Sharpie. Oh, that was good. Nice jukes. Nice jukes. Nice stun. Little auto weaving as well. Gap is fighting. Remember, he does have the cars. He has some hope here. But one more real auto is all it's going to take. The shields are up. The zip zaps are hitting. And here it comes. Feathers are out. Zip zaps, if he gets the return.
Oh my
and he gets
God.
it. Wow.
Gap, you madman. You still got that. That is insane. And that is the car special where you just need to move around because air and earth just complement each other in this, and him being able to just run around the map, being able to kill off the warriors that's been bothering him completely. Sharpie was then left open and was just helpless when it came to the AC5 battle, even with the Zip Zap battle, just because of those small bursts of armor that he gets from the earth, air, and water passives. That's crazy.
That was impressive play. Gap fighting for his right to fight and party on. This is well played. Gap showing life here. And now let's see if he can repeat, right? Let's see if he can run that back. It was so close. He was so incredibly low. Had to go down to nearly going into the final circle. And we both kind of thought Sharpie had that in the bag right there.
Yeah.
And it seems like Gap is putting a little more attention onto the Apostles in the early game. And Sharpie mixing it up, coming in for some early game damage.
All right. Well, hopefully he can repeat what just happened earlier so that we can give you the rubber band match that, of course, that you've always wanted, because you're into rubber band matches for some reason. I guess you're into anything that stretches, but yeah, we're stretching this match off a bit longer than usual, so there's no dominance here. But oh my God, Gap is once again in the back foot, taking a lower than a quarter health right now. And is this deja vu? We're seeing this again. 2 warriors and Gap, and then Sharpie is also there. That is crazy.
Gap jumping in to Sharpie's feathers, but having some beautiful movement there. Nice return. Really great job from Gap. He's still in this. Well played. He's dancing around, juking, jiving, and here he goes. He gets stunned twice, gets his zip zaps up. They're going to stun each other, and here we go. The Karst has the health advantage, or the life healing advantage. If he can hit one feather, he's going to be able to do this. Plus, Gap has the advantage if he still gets to heal off the Apostles. But nice hit by Sharpie, and oh baby, good return.
Oh my God.
Here they come. Feathers are up, but he misses. Beautiful movement from Gap right there. More feathers. No, the cancel. Oh my God. Gap is keeping alive. He's trying to do this. Next feathers are coming. Nothing. Gap, he might be able to do this, bro.
Oh my God, it's still not enough. He's taken already to low health, and even the Warriors is going to be a hard time for him. One auto attack from the Warriors is going to be it. He's been trying to stun him, trying to tailwind dash him, knocking him up to the air so that the Warriors can get a clear last dude standing auto onto him. But the AC5 is still going to get casted. The return is going to be massive, and it's going to just chunk down. Oh my God, and Sharpie gets that win, and we didn't even see it clearly, but now it has been fulfilled. Sharpie moves on to the next round into the semifinals, where he could potentially fight Karim or Rallo, and we're all wanting it to be Rallo, but maybe we want to see a Sharpie Rallo final. It's gonna be Bood versus Ape, but yeah, that was amazing performance from both of them, even from Gap. Maybe Gap can climb right back up into the finals. Maybe he'll learn a thing or two on how to beat him in the end, because honestly, that felt like Gap's game. That game felt like Gap's game, because he was just jumping and jiving. He was just running away, and then he's staying alive. And I saw that AC5, the return could have just sliced off Sharpie's head. But yeah, his survival instincts.
I thought it was gonna. I thought he had him on the return.
Right.
That was awesome play. I actually thought when it said smash that Gap had gotten it. But no, Sharpie moving on to the next round, the winners bracket finals, as you said, waiting for Karim or Rallo. Damn, son, that was sick nasty. It felt closer than a 2-0. And, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Gap make a run through the losers bracket.
Oh, yeah.
The losers bracket is also quite stacked. Quite stacked.
Quite stacked. I mean, if Rallo or Krim loses, you're gonna have to try. You're gonna have to fight Krim or Rallo, and both of them are very good players nonetheless. So
Not to mention, we've already got Toby down there, and we've got
Toby's down there too.
Yeah,
So,
and Zelix.
Toby and Zelix. I haven't seen much of Zelix. Tell me more about Zelix, though.
Well, this tournament is giving some new players a chance. I don't have as much information as I'd like either. But these players were given the opportunity because I guess, top 24 basically made it, right? In a sense.
Yes.
So for a lot of these players who were floating between 10 to 24 that were always up there but didn't quite break into like the top 5, top 10, now is kind of their chance to leave their mark, right? This is the tournament, this is the moment where they get to come in, they get to play in an esports fashion where they can come in, they can rock paper scissors, pick different builds, go and try to counter their opponent, set up with certain apostles to deal with certain opponent setups that you scouted, etc., and so on. So this gives opportunity, this gives chance for these newer players to come up and make their names known, like Sharpie.
Absolutely, because coming with the coming Guild Wars, different organizations has to be scouting the talent, because of course Guild Wars is coming, and also Season 3 is coming, and Apeiron has always been about community. You may be a solo player, but you gotta represent something, even if you don't fully commit yourself, but as long as you carry the name, because in the future there will be different events where you will require you to represent a certain guild, or maybe this could be the chance for you to even start up your own guild. A lot of guilds was started under Axie, and then a lot of guilds can even start under Apeiron as it grows, like Ape. I'm assuming because it's named Ape, because Apeiron also has Ape in the first 3 letters of his name.
You got it.
Oh my god! All right, where's my cookie? All right, I'll send you my address.
I was talking to Rollo about the team name, and I was just like, I don't want it to be called Axie GG because it's not Axie, right? That just seemed like that was just dumb to me. Some people would argue that you want to keep the name because it stands for something and because it's already done so much and been around for so long. But I was like, honestly, don't care about that. Not about ego. This is just about, let's make it look cool. Let's pick something dope. And I was like, Ape, Apeiron, Ape, GG. That's kind of cool. We can just be an ape and it's like the same concept, and we'll just take purple, the same color, and that works, that works for me. 1437 is on your forehead, bro. Just saying, he's on your forehead. Like I want to swat it. It's like a fly, like on your face.
Get him off me. What the hell? Oh my goodness, dude. I was just looking at the bracket and who did this? Who did this? All right.
It must have been Mr. Producer Man. So, funny times. And I'm excited. The Guild Wars are going to bring so much potential. This is going to bring in some new eyes, some new spotlight. $1 million prize pool is nothing to scoff at. It's also going to force people to play Apeiron now. Because it's starting in 5 days, right? So everyone that wants to get involved, they need to mobilize. I know as soon as I saw that, I started reaching out to even more gamers, because some of these gamers, they're looking for the chance to be a pro and to compete for a lot of money. And they see this and they're like, okay, well, this game just went up the tier list against other games that I was playing, because there's a prize and the game is sick, right? But maybe you're playing a sick shooter game. There are other options right now. Web3 has good games. Guild of Guardians just came out. Pretty fun, pretty cool, not gonna lie. I used to hate on it because it's not from our ecosystem, but I played it and I'm like, okay, this is cool. And it just shows the Web3 space is growing, and Apeiron is going to be a big part of it. We're going to be having esports. We're going to be having tournaments. I cannot wait. Hong Kong, we're coming. And I'm excited to be a part of this ride, bro.
Oh, yeah, definitely. The ride is going to be exciting. And also, Guild Wars is an opportunity for new communities to just come in, play, and maybe get some prizes, because the prizes is really focused around maybe building your own Apeiron community. So if you don't have the funds to get your own star, your own planets, this could be the tournament for you as well. You could start off with maybe a scholarship or rent it off on Loot Rush and just represent the team name or represent your organization, and then maybe you could even start your own Apeiron guild from there. Because in the previous guild wars, it's always been like that. It's always been different guilds who's never heard of Apeiron before, and if they do win, they get a star and some planets and also materials that you can breed with to start your own scholarship.
Hey, it's gonna be a race now, you know. Meditate definitely in the lead currently. They're doing big things. They're winning tournaments. They've got a lot of the top players. I know the boys at Ape are working hard. We're gonna, gonna be completely honest here. They feel bad after getting whooped on, right? So they're like, all right, bro, we need to practice more. We need to start practicing, because I know that 1437 and Logic and Kusei and they're training, they're playing, they're scrimming, they're practicing specific matchups. I assume 1437's a pro. He knows how to practice. And I was telling the guys, like, playing ladder is not practicing. That is warming up. That is, I guess it's kind of practice if you're at the highest part of the leaderboard, but only if you're playing against the top 10. If you're playing against top 50, top 100, top 200, it's not really practice for the most part. What you need is, I'm bad against this matchup. This matchup is hard for me. So you get one of your best players in your team and you play against that matchup 50 times in a row. And after 50 times, that matchup is no longer hard for you. You know every single thing that you need to do because you just played one of the best players in the world in the hardest matchup that you have, and it'll never be that hard again, right? You'll know every little thing that you need to change, every time you need to cancel something. You're going to feel it before it happens because you've played against it so many times. That is training, right? Figure out your weaknesses and specifically train that weakness. If your weakness is card play, then just practice playing your cards the right way. If your weakness is movement, you're always getting knocked up and stunned, practice your movement. So make sure you save your dashes for the right time. Little things, right? Work on one thing at a time, get 1% better every day. And the easiest way to do that is with coordinated practice, getting all your best players together and getting them to work hard together, put in the hours. So,
Yep, practice, repetition, all in all, and it's not just about scrimming, but actually some people would prefer going at it in the leaderboard or just a regular game, because if you're at the high level, if you're like top 20, some people would even just play out of spite, just to figure out how to beat them. I've seen players in some streams where they would just queue immediately, maybe change their gear sometimes or planet and queue immediately, knowing the fact that they'll fight the same player. And I've seen that before, and it's pretty interesting how they would sacrifice a bunch of their stars just to fight the same guy to figure out how to beat him. And that's just the beauty of it, because learning how to beat somebody at a certain case may just be fun for them, and maybe winning in the end would just be fun for them as well.
Oh, for sure. But if you want to go, the pros would argue, like in other games, grab that guy, DM him, and then hop into customs and play 15 times in a row.
For sure.
Instead of switching your build, trying to snipe someone on ladder, and then you play someone else and you have the wrong build, and you're always playing a little bit off. You're never actually playing the thing that you would play if you were able to sit down like now in a tournament and be like, all right, I'm playing against Karam. Karam does this. I like to do this. I'm going to do this because of this and boopity boppity blockchain, right? So let's see if Karam did his homework, because I know Rollo is coming in hot. Rollo is pissed that he didn't get to win or fight for the last season, and he wants to get another dub under his belt. He wants to come out and show the world that he is still here and ready to rumble. So Karam is a strong player, though. I've seen them play before, and these matches can get spicy.
All right. So I am now excited to see what's to come. So yeah, if you say so about Rallo with the leaderboard, then this is gonna be a chance for him to put his mark with his glory. If it's not in the leaderboard, it's got to be in the Zenith tournament. So yeah, he is playing the Delta, the Delta that he's always had, and Karam has a karst himself. But what kind of a karst is this? That is yet to be found out. He has the Zip Zap Orbs in his opening hand. Could be an AC5. It is an AC5. Okay, AC5 Tailwind Dash. I'm gonna safely assume that right now, because if you see a Cars, it's either going to be an AC5 user or it's going to be an Desecrated Ground user. And right off the bat, Rallo with the extremely early plays there, very aggressive. That's the Rallo that we know and love, just looking for different angles.
But Krim coming out on top of that exchange, knocking Rallo up, hitting him with feathers. Rallo tried to exchange it, but Krim was like, nope, later, bro. So, Krim off to a nice start here, getting that early damage in as the Karst, which is perfect, right? Oh my goodness, but Rallo gives him the big boy uppercuts all the way around the map, and all of a sudden everything changes. Krim down under half health, and Rallo on the hunt.
Oh my goodness, and that's the advantage that Rallo has been looking for here. Okay, I'm already at a quarter health. The follow-up is going to be hovered to maybe buy him some time, but the AC5, and oh my goodness, such a great follow-up to cancel that AC5. That is a crazy early game that has been brought forth by Rallo's Warriors, and this is why Rallo runs these specific Warriors, just for these early advantages. But I think Rallo is taking a few hits from the Warriors there, while Krim saves up some mana for a final push to maybe end his barrage.
And Rallo right there predicting the slam from Krim. Just, and this is what I meant in the pregame. If you're getting slammed a lot, work on your movement. Do random things, right? Do super random things. Nice knock up by Krim right there. But do super random things. Do the thing your opponent is not expecting. And Krim under half health, down to one hit. Rallo's throwing out feathers.
God.
Can he get the return? He can't get the first. Going in, and now Krim is on the run. And Rallo is going to smush him with his next AC5.
Eats the full AC5. He needed to put on his Mino cosplay to maybe survive that, but no. Rallo has been aggressive from the start to finish. There is not a single second where you even get to take a breath or take an energy pill, because Rallo is out for blood. So yeah, very strong early game coming out of Rallo, and now we're going to be seeing his perspective this time, and how he may be moving in or out and side to side, because I know that's always been his angle. His angle has always been go straight for the kill, and here he is once again, just slowly but surely walking in, making sure he doesn't take any of those autos. The follow-up comes in. The switcheroo from Krim is going to come in as well. Still gets value, but the follow-up on the return could be massive. A double switcheroo from Krim to save his life from that early game from Rallo. That's crazy.
Absolutely beautiful play by both players. Rallo coming in with a clean attack, Krim with a super clean defense. Both players are playing this very well so far. Still very early in the match, but Rallo has taken the first bit of blood, and Krim is the Karst. He's okay with that. Problem is, he didn't exchange any damage back, right? It's about, there we go. Right on cue, Krim jumps in, gets him with a smash for 1200. Come in with the zip zaps. Nice timing. Right when he got the stun, the feathers came out. He also cancels Rallo's feathers. Huge plays by Krim right there. And now he's keeping the pressure on. Going in for some auto attacks. Trying to stay away from the zip zap. Not getting stunned. Well played by Krim. He's on fire right now.
Oh my god. And Rallo has just been eating all of these welcome to the slams. They're not max charge, that's for sure. But if it was max charge, he'd be in a lot of danger right now as well. So the thing about Rallo and his Delta is that he needs to have fancy feet. He doesn't have the same privilege as a Karst of having all of this defensiveness and all these tankiness. So he needs to be very careful when making very straight aggressive plays, because he might get punished in the end for it. And look at that. He is a quarter health. He's chipping it away onto Krim.
Somebody please clip that. That was a really sick little AC5 exchange right there with three of them coming out. And Rallo had some beautiful movement, being able to dance between hitting his own, juking Krim's, and then hitting his own again. That was pretty sick play. And look at the slams. Rallo, both players getting super low. Both players jumping. They're far away from their apostles at the moment. Rallo's going back to get some help. He does get the help. He drops the slam. Krim's going down to one hit. It could be one more auto attack. Shield goes up. And Krim goes down.
Oh my god! Krim looked like he had it all. It looked like he had full control of that early to mid game, but we're talking about Rallo here. He has come back from far worse from this, far worse from people from that situation, and it's insane that he could just pull that right off with a delta against the Karst. And you would think that you would survive a lot longer with a Karst if you're moving around, but not against Rallo, not against someone like him, that's for sure.
Hey, this is what we wake up at 6 in the morning for, baby. Apeiron esports, Karsts, okay, Deltas, okay, they jump in, dashing, ducking, diving, weaving. I know there's no D in that, but it's all good. And they are out here, baby. It is game time. This is the Zenith Invitational, and Biku, this is going to be a sweaty day. I know these players are already dripping. They're going to have wet keyboards and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoo, baby, Drippy McDripperson.
Oh yeah, dude. I oh my god, I don't want to add on to that, but yeah, I love it when it drips. But let's go and see the next round. Can Kara make a comeback for a rubber band match here, or is Rallo just gonna go straight for a clean sweep in his quarterfinal match?
I don't know, man. Karam put up a great fight there. He was ready. He was making the moves he needed to make to win the match. It was similar to, who was it the other day? Somebody, it was God Dog. God Dog had a match against, I think it was 1437. Also AC5 versus AC5, and he played one of the games so well. He predict. I don't know if it was against 1437 or I forget, but it was like he played this one game so freaking well. He was just switching, swapping, doing it all, and he had everybody like out of their seats. Like, holy crap! So if you're in the zone, if you're feeling your flow, this is a flow matchup for sure. Then you can definitely just all of a sudden make some godly moves. Like, here we go, right off the bat, Rallo with the knockup and the slam. Karam not able to get out quick enough. And now Rallo coming to the other side of the map. He predicted the switcheroo from Karam, but does not hit that slam. Both players swap, but Karam already down about a third of his HP.
Oh yeah, but let's not forget. So yeah, talking about God Dog, don't forget, God Dog is Logic's son, and here it comes once again. The zip zap into the AC5. The return is not going to be there. He's already waiting in the wings of his switcheroo, and then Karim still uses the switcheroo on that specific mage. That is insane predictions out of Rallo. I guess he was counting how many switcheroos or which mages has used the switcheroo just to make sure to hunt down that specific mage. Okay, so he's gonna switcheroo over here. I'm gonna wait over here, but welcome to the slam at the full force. Karim takes it to the face along with the AC5. Oh, he switcheroos away, but switcheroos right after, and the return is gonna be massive here. It's just gonna be executing, but no, there is no return. Where did a return come from? I have no idea, but here it comes once again.
I'm speechless. That was some sick play right there. I mean, Rallo's placement on his slams is what I was talking about. It was that flow state. They were just all correct. And it's kind of a guess, right? Because these players move so erratically and move so much. Switcheroo, Gustwing, here, there, everywhere. It's really hard to just know where they're going to go. One of his smashes, he placed it like in the square between the blue and the orange apostle, like at the wall, on the wall, and it hit. Because Karim went with that random juke that way, and for some reason Rallo put his guy there, and it's just like, how do you guess that? You know, that's just feeling it. So nice knockup by Karim. Rallo trying to follow, and here it is, just like I said before. Oh, the knockup didn't come out, but Karim read it perfectly, got out of the way, and now here we go, trying again, and no, yeah, Karim staying jiggity jivety right now, staying on his toes.
Oh yeah. And literally, you can even call Rallo the bad doctor here. But wait, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Oh my goodness. Sorry, my screen was loading in, but here it comes, the zip zap orb. So there is no clear advantage right now in this early game, but it looks like it's gonna fall onto Karim just because of that one interaction with the warrior, taking him to half health. But here comes the flurries, and that one warrior, same warrior, just equalizes everything. Now they're both at half health. Karim looked like he had an advantage, but he seems to be having a hard time keeping it and also capitalizing on it.
I mean, these moves are crazy. And there it is. Both players knocking each other up. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then the feathers coming out. Rollo focusing on the apostles right there instead of Karim. Maybe also knowing, like, maybe Karim just goes that way, right? It's also, again, that you're not always sure. Both players getting knocked up. So neither player able to capitalize on the knock-up right there. But Rollo in a very tough spot right now. Karim playing this very, very well. Zip Zap's going up. Feathers trying to come out. Nice cancel from Karim. And Rollo says, you know what? I'm just going to try again.
He's gonna keep trying again, but not with that energy. So he needs to actually save up some mana right now just to repeat what just happened. And oh my goodness, he has to dodge that, because even if he hits him after Karim hits him as well, he is still forced to dodge that, because once again, Kars is a lot tankier compared to the Delta. And here it is, the 1v5 special coming out of Rollo. Can he actually clutch this for a clean sweep, or will Karim deny him that sweep right here? Oh, the follow-up cancels the AC5, tries again, the tailwind knocks him up in the air, and making it an even tie for this match point win for Rollo. Karim is making him work for this clean sweep. That's for sure.
What is good, Grars? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Rollo is up 1 set. They're tied in set number 2, and it is close. We have Sharpie, the other player that has moved on to the winner's bracket finals, waiting for the winner of this match. So, we just getting started, baby.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh gosh.
Anyway. All right, so the knockup comes out. He only hits 1 apostle right there. Was probably hoping for more if I'm Rollo. But he's going in, trying to get a stun. Karim jumping out with the switcheroo. Fall-ups incoming. Nope, nice movement by both players, really. And Rollo seems like he's trying to prowl. He seems like he's trying to go in for an attack, but he's not able to get the knockups. So he's having to just wait. It's nice switcheroo from Karim, getting out of the way. And here goes Rollo, switching, and that was a really nice play. Feathering and then switching to get the perfect lineup. But Karim staying mobile, staying nimble, and getting out of the way of most of the damage.
All right, but with these last dude standings, he is putting up a wall where Karim isn't allowed to go into. So this has been the plays with the last dude standing along with the welcome to the slams. You need to make sure that the warriors are placed perfectly where Karim might want to switcheroo into. So if Karim makes the mistake of switcherooing into a warrior with a last dude standing or a welcome to the slam, he is going to be welcomed into a world of hurt. And now Karim once again at a clear disadvantage, but Rollo takes a full, I think that was a fully charged welcome to the slam to the face, putting him at a quarter health, but he's just going to heal that right back up. So they both do have the power of healing, but not both of them has the power of high defense as compared to Kars. That is a comparison between Kars and Delta. Ooh, the
big cancel coming out right there. Rollo in a much better position than last game. His apostles are up. His feathers are flying. He's got Karim down to 1 shot and running, landing in the red zone. Oh, baby, Karim's in trouble here, and there it is. Rollo is going to be able to take it out of nowhere, just bring in a quick sprint, and we've seen that from Rollo many, many times when it gets down to the later game, and he's able to bring out those feathers over and over and over. He just kind of goes ham, absolutely ham. So Rollo able to 2-0 Karim, same as Sharpie, and that means, it seems like these two are just, they're up there, baby. They're up there.
Oh yeah, so it is here. It is now. We get to see I'm sorry, not Karim. Rollo versus Sharpie. So time for Rollo to greet the Titan Slayer, the man, the myth, the legend that has been working himself up the tournament scene. This is definitely a match made in heaven that we've been expecting and wanting to see way back in the E4E A New Dawn tournament. And here we are now to the Zenith Invitational. So I'm excited to see this. But right before that action, we have to go through the lower brackets first. So we're going to go through that and see if we can find Toby or Gap catching right back up. And oh my goodness, it's actually going to be Gap versus Toby. So two favorites going on toe to toe, and they've both hit the first place in the leaderboard for a certain time. They have held that place. That's why they're very known, even in the tournament scene, even by me, because I check the leaderboard from time to time, seeing my 200 place position. And then Karim versus Zelix as well. I'm not sure who's gonna go in first, but both are very great competitors that we want to see make it back up into the finals. And of course, Sharpie versus Rollo.
Hey, and I've been waiting for this match since we figured out how good Sharpie was, right? So we're going to see it in the winners bracket finals, and then whoever loses is going to have to fight their way through the losers bracket and, potentially make it right back up. But before we get into our losers round 2 match, we're going to take a short little break. So stay tuned. Let everyone know. Let's get a tweet and chat, Adeline, and let's get everyone on Twitter to know to join the Apeiron stream. We got action. So, let your grandma know. Let your neighbor know. Get them all in there. Bring the dogs, the cats, the parrots, the cockroaches. Give them all a phone. Get the views going. Let's get this thing viral. Let's let the world know Apeiron Esports is here. We just getting started, and we got some sick-ass games for you guys today. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
All right. Mom, Sharpie.
Mom!
All
Sharpie and
right.
Rollo, Mom! That was amazing, bro. That actually had me laughing through like the entire break. So, Biku's mom is now here. Mom is here. And before we get to Sharpie and Rollo, we're gonna have to go through some losers bracket matches because these soldiers are not out of it yet. They still have the chance to bring it back, to take it to the finals, and prove that they are savages. Mino yesterday had to go through the entire losers bracket to make it back into the winners, the grand finals. So we've seen it done. It's not easy. It takes a lot of steadfast will. But, you know, these players, I know they're hungry and I know they have it in them.
Yeah, but that's true. So like it has been known, like from last night, we knew both Logic and Mino, because they're both streamers, they're both personalities in the space, both from Axie and from Apeiron. But Sharpie is faceless and out of nowhere, but he became a clear favorite just because of one tournament. So there's so much of potential to actually rise up in popularity, depending on what you play, how you play, and where you also play. And seeing as how Gap did survive a lot longer and also took a few games out of Sharpie, can he figure out what worked and repeat it going right back up? And in the cases that, so let's predict this just a little bit. So if Rallo puts Sharpie in his place down to the losers bracket and Rallo climbs back up, or maybe Rallo versus Gap, and then Rallo might actually fall to Gap. It didn't work against Karim, but it might work against Rallo. So there's so much potential on how the finals is going to turn up here, because we both know that these are all really skilled players.
Yeah, and there's a lot of AC5 today. Like, they're all AC5ing about. I guess South America just had the AC5 planets, and they kept them. They're keeping them. 1437 in South America. They got them all. So, I think Biku just disappeared. All right, but he's still here in at least physically. It looks like his little yellow guy's still here at least. Wow, my brain don't work yet. It is early, ladies and gentlemen. It is early. This game is fast. There's a lot going on. Let's see what happens. We can jump into the match, but we'd probably want to. There he is.
I'm back.
Mom.
Discord. Mom. Sorry, Discord became dumb. I think Mom tried to connect with his Google. With her Google.
Mom connected with his Google. Yes, exactly.
Yes.
All right, Biku is back. Let's jump into this match. Gap versus Toby, our first losers bracket match. It will be a best of 3, and the loser will be knocked out, gone, done. Check ya later. No more tournament play for you.
Oh my God, that's so much at stake right now, especially if what it's going to take is that, are you going to get eliminated this early on into the game? There's a ton of prizes to be made from top 1, 2, 3, and I think 4 is where it starts becoming less worth. I mean, you get some Apostle tickets out of the way, but hey, you're not here for the glory or the prizes. You're here for the great sport that is Apeiron. I'm just kidding. We're definitely here for the prizes. Am I right, chat? Am I right?
I mean, I feel like definitely it's a mix, right? You want to have the prizes because that's kind of what incentivizes you to invest and pay money and grow up the leaderboards and put in all that time. But for the ego, for the future, for, a lot of the gamer reasons, you just want to win because winning feels good. Oops, excuse me. And here we go. Toby taking some damage right off the bat. Gap going aggressive. And then backing off again. Just kind of going in, throwing a nice jab. But then Toby responding with a welcome to the slam. So we got SL versus Ape GG in the house fighting for elimination.
Well, I'm seeing a bit of a common theme here, but now this time we're seeing something different. Toby from AGG now bringing in the desecrated ground play. So this is definitely going to be a late game player. Has that, what do you call that again? That wasteland. So first time seeing a non-duo in this tournament. Can this actually be a difference maker when it comes to the late game? We haven't seen that many late game plays but it looks like Gap does have a clear advantage in this early game. But Toby does have the autos and the warrior chipping at him, taking him at maybe a quarter health, but he's just going to heal that right back up because he's a Karst, you know?
Yeah, of course. You know,
Of course,
but you
of
know,
course.
of course. But having this EC5 is always going to be very helpful because you're always going to have a very strong way to heal, right? You're always going to have this heal until the apostles are gone. But then you just don't really use the EC5 anymore.
Oh my god! Did you see that? He did 1,400 damage on an auto.
I didn't actually see that. Who did?
Oh, who did? Toby, right from his avatar, straight out of his book. 900. He is just autoing Gap down. These massive autos. He is dealing more than 500 each time, but now he's taken very low. Took the front force of that AC5, and he dashes into the zone, leading to his death. Okay, I was impressed by the autos, but Gap closes that in with an AC5 early. So maybe that could be the problem with the Desecrated Ground, is that, of course, you're just going to get bullied around by the Gustwind players early to mid-game.
Yeah, I mean, the autos are nice. The problem with autos is if you're autoing him, he can AC5 you, right?
For sure.
That exchange is probably not going to go well unless Toby is able to really move and like make some Muhammad Ali kind of movements. Then we could see it happen.
That's
You're gonna
true.
have to see him bob and weave, you know, his auto attack move.
Yeah, but with Toby's auto, so you're gonna want to also lock him down from time to time. So I guess that's why he also has the baby cage. And oh my god, 2,300 damage from that headshot, but it looks like it just gets eaten by some armor instead. So that was a lot, or maybe it was just eaten by that mage instead. Who knows? So max mana right now for Gap. How is he going to be unloading this? Trying to get that follow-up in the welcome to the slam along with the last dude standing could just be yet another auto onto Toby, but Toby stays alive. So there's not much happening yet. Gap is still preserving.
Nice movements by Toby, just, you know, throwing in those random dashes in different directions. Like I mentioned earlier, these are the small things that separate these top 10 players from people, plebs like me. Like, I can only imagine when I move around the map, these good players are like, you suck. I just always, like, oh, you dashed, you're dead. Haha, you dashed, you're dead. You shouldn't have dashed there. And I'm like, what do you mean I shouldn't have dashed there? Well, because if you dash, then, like, math starts happening. And they're like, and that's why you die. And it's like, got it.
Dashed here. Oh, you tailwinded and dashed immediately. No, you have to save that so that your static charge could proc. But yeah,
whatever, right? Stuff like that, and that is how high skill this game is. And boom, right there, Gap is gonna catch Toby just walking straight backwards. He's gonna knock him up. He's gonna go in, get some serious damage in. Misses the next knock up. Now Toby going on a little bit of an offensive, getting the stun, and Gap now gonna try to counter with his own zip zaps. Toby trying to get away and gets inside of his castle guard to try to protect himself.
Yeah, but
Gap is on
sadly
the
the castle guard doesn't work on the zip zap Orbeez. So yeah, Toby is in danger right now. Almost dead, really, and he's only siphoning off of one tiny apostle. So there may be an advantage on apostles right now, but it's not going to be enough for him to heal right back up. The AC5 is going to be there. The return is going to be massive if he gets stunned right before the return. But oh my god, Fancy Feet dodges it, but I think he got hit. And Be Formless just takes him out right there as he steps outside of that zone. First win goes to Gap.
Strong play right there from Gap. Very dominant. Toby's gonna have to switch it up. That is not gonna cut it. He's gonna have to do something different because the EC5 is just not doing it, right? He's getting picked apart. Gap's coming in. He's Muhammad Aliing all over Toby. He's giving him a little snap, and then backing up, and then coming in with a 1-2, and then backing up, coming in with a 1-2-3, and backing up. And there's not a whole lot Toby can do. He just gets to the late game, tries to heal from his EC5s, but it's already too little, too late.
Yeah, but that's the thing with the Desecrated Ground. It becomes a bit more choreographed. You kind of expect most of the damage to come out of the apostles. So if your avatar is not a walking threat, you are just going to be watching the Apostles instead. So let's say if you were fighting somebody like Rallo, where both the Apostles and Rallo himself is a threat, you're going to be watching Rallo and the Apostles, where Rallo has most of the mobility because he's the Avatar. But here at a Desecrated Ground play, you just need to watch out for the Apostles. And the Desecrated Ground is just going to go straight into your Apostles instead. Gap played that very well. I saw different places where Toby could have won that, but he's going to have a hard time closing things in if that zone hasn't closed to that final sweet spot.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, what is Toby going to do? Is he going to switch it up? Is he going to bring out some new tactics, Apostles? Or is he just going to try to be better, right? Just get good, basically.
That he could switch it up. Maybe change avatars. Maybe I'm not sure if he's still playing the same avatar. I think he brought out a Cars, or is that still the Wasteland? And not to mention, Wastelands is actually capable of doing Air C5 plays as well. But I'm not sure if he changed anything here. He may try to use the same thing, but if he loses this one, he's eliminated from the tournament.
Yeah, and that is not what he wants. He wants to keep on fighting. He wants to represent HGG in the finals, but Gap wants to do the same for SL, and this is going to be the one. This is the match. Toby has to win it, and we can go to a rubber match, which we haven't had yet, have we?
We have not had that yet, but we did see some back and forth, some tying ins within matches, but you're right. We haven't seen a round 3 just yet. I think we saw one. Wait, am I mistaken? I think we saw one. I'm not sure. Things are moving way too fast. I think we got so used to the AC5, so we haven't even seen it happen. Games just go by so fast.
It's all just a big blend of AC5 action. All of these players have been going pretty freaking ham. Yeah, we still have the Wasteland. And I didn't pay attention to what he used early, Toby. But let's see what comes out soon. Gap is just taking out and focusing on Toby's Apostles here. Getting a nice stun right there with his one-shot Hunter. That was good value from Gap. Well played. Gap has 2 switcheroos in hand as well. So he's oh boy. Nice hit from Toby.
Oh my god, he got baited into that one corner, allowing Toby to get some welcome to the slams in and some auto attacks from the Warrior. So yeah, This is an auto attack build.
Cancel right there. Toby canceling the AC5 from Gap. And now Gap actually, not that it matters, but he's actually down on Apostles, down on health, and Toby's in a pretty good spot here. Seeing if he can bring it back. Oh, nice double stun from Gap. Really messing with Toby here.
Oh, that's true. But au contraire, mon frere, don't forget that Toby relies on Gap having some Apostles to siphon some HP off of. He doesn't have the same amount of regeneration. Toby still has a chance to actually close this off. He is sitting in 13 mana right now. 13 mana to unload onto Toby like he is doing right now. So he can literally spam everything in his inventory. As long as it doesn't get canceled, he can literally close this off. The baby cage is going to slow him down, definitely, but the tailwind dash is going to be massive here as well. So they're the same HP, but they're not in the same playing field, honestly.
Well, I mean, he had to switch it up, right? Because the last couple games did not go well for Toby. So this time he's in a fighting position. He's got a chance, but this is going to be very, very difficult. Gap has a lot of mana left, and oh no, Toby is starting to fall behind. He's got one hit. It's one hit, one chance, and that is going to be it. Gap is going to take game 1, but Toby did adjust, and it was much, much closer. I wonder, I feel like the Castle Guard, even though it looked cool, I don't know if it brought as much value as it is, I feel like more damage maybe.
Yeah, more damage could have been better, but the Desecrated Ground kind of feels like a crutch in this situation. Because you're forced to hope and pray that his Apostles is gonna stay alive. So that was his big problem there. So he was dying. He did have the upper hand in Apostles, but Gap, like I said, has all that mana to unload and all the HP in the world. And as long as Gap just keeps a clear head and not use up all that mana at the very end, he's really good at conserving all this mana for that final push. He keeps winning these games that could have went to Toby.
Yeah, Toby was in a great spot. He was in a very winnable spot. So now Toby needs to come out, run it back, but do a little more damage. And here we go. Gap going on the offensive, hitting a knockup, hitting a slam, taking some serious health away from Toby. But, Toby will be able to heal this up with his EC5s. Toby might just want to keep going aggressive at this point. Like, for example, okay, Gap is trying to finish off this warrior really quick, but no, he changes his mind, goes up to fight Toby, gets stunned, but does get off the feathers after getting slammed, gets away with his switcheroo.
Yeah, and then look at the placement right now on Gap's Apostles. Really nicely done. Okay, never mind. I was about to comment the fact that Gap's Apostles are very well separated so that Toby doesn't get that much value off of a single desecrated ground. But now that they're all dead, along with the Hunter from Toby, we're literally seeing a replay of the previous match. And Gap, compared to some of the other players that we've seen in the previous tournament, like Logic or Mino, they're very comfortable with having 5 mana and below, just going extremely aggressive. And here it comes. Could this be the final push? The baby cage is going to slow down Gap. So here is the Castle Guard, gonna slow him down, definitely denying him the feathers to be used at all, and already at half health, at a quarter health. The welcome to the shield bomb to stun him, and now here it comes, and closing it off, Gap takes the second win, deleting Toby from the tournament and moving on to Losers Finals. Losers Finals, is that right? No, it's not. Losers Semis. Not quite.
Yeah,
Losers Semis. Crazy plays.
So I feel like Toby had what he needed that game to win, because he had the Warrior, he had the Guardian, he had Gap low enough, but he missed his stun came after the feathers came out, right? Gap was just a little too fast, and he had to hit everything. He had to stun, smash, hit auto. He had to do everything a little bit better, but he did seem to adjust. So well played by Toby. Good try. But Gap is going to be moving on to the next round. And I'm not actually sure who he's going to be playing against. Who won in that other set? Do we know?
Do we know? So yeah, their fight happened at the same time. It was Krim versus Zelix. So, Mr. Producer Sir, let's see who it was.
Krim.
I mean, honestly, we called it kind of. We kind of called it what might have been Krim. So yeah, not to shit on Zelix's legacy. I haven't seen him at all. I haven't seen a single game from him actually. Maybe he needs to join more tournaments.
Potts. He did beat Potts, and we do know that Potts put up a really.
Oh my God, he beat Potts.
Yeah,
never mind. You know what? Hold the phone. He beat Potts. Okay, and we've seen Potts. So
Potts is good, man. Potts is a smart player. So Zelix coming in, not dropping out of losers round 1, going up against Krim, who was coming down from the winners bracket, putting up a fight against Rollo. So now Krim versus Gap, and the winner is going to play against the loser of Sharpie versus Rollo. So this is going to be some very exciting times. I think we jump into Krim and Gap first, and then we'll do the Sharpie Rollo, or what was the plan there, Mr. Producer?
Well,
sir?
What was the plan? I am very interested in watching both because I am excited for a return story for Gap as well. We could even call him the Gap closer if he can literally close this tournament off on a win. I haven't seen Gap versus Rollo just yet. It might be interesting because Rollo is the type to conserve some mana, but I feel like Gap is more of the goat at that. I see him sitting at around 8 mana or more just to unload at a full frontal attack. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes through.
So, Gap versus Krim. It is game time almost, ladies and gentlemen. And these players have been kind of in Rollo's shadow a little bit, right? They've been able to be top ladder players. They've been able to really hold their own, but at the end, Rollo has come out on top, and this is going to be their chance, though. This is going to be their chance to fight back through the losers bracket and take some games off of Sharpie and Rollo and really show that they are also the creme de la creme, looking to win seasons, looking to win tournaments, and looking to leave their mark on the Apeiron scene.
Oh yeah, but being in this tournament alone, I think they've already left a mark indeed. They can go for a higher mark, and it doesn't stop there. There's so many marks to be made. There's so many ways for you to become a legend of Apeiron. Apeiron is just the truest form of PvP right now in the Web3 space. So if you're not playing Apeiron, dude, what the hell are you doing? Man.
Infinity Dunk caught me. He did catch me. I did accidentally say I got a Gap and Karim a little bit confuddled in my brain, and yeah, but that's funny, very funny. So yeah, I'm not gonna repeat it now. Obviously, you got to read chat, but Infinity Dunk caught it. Yeah, you caught me.
No, I'm reacting. What? I know I heard you.
What? Oh, what? Mom. Oh boy. All right, let's get this next match started. I'm ready. I want more Apeiron action, and I'm excited to see which one of these players is going to be able to move on. And then I'm even more excited to see Rollo versus Sharpie. Can someone erase the Sharpie?
Can somebody erase the Sharpie? Can somebody finally bring the club soda enough to actually remove him from this tournament? Because he had a very, very dominant run in a New Dawn's in a New Dawn tournament. Is he gonna be repeating the same way he began?
That's the question. Let's jump in. Let's find out. Gap versus Karim. Two super strong players from South America here in the Zenith Invitational, fighting for their life, fighting for their right to party. And Karim, I love that. I love the avatars. They're so cool now. That one looks like a turtle. It looks like they're Ninja Turtle brothers and sisters. They're both Ninja Turtles. And what are those huge horns? Those are nutty. Those have to be bad for aerodynamics. I'm sure there's some kind of speed deficit there. Those are some enormous horns.
Oh, they're not for flying, dude. They're for hitting you, you know. They're for killing you.
Well, you know, it's going to make you slower, I'm sure, but higher defense?
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. But I do love the ones that is like swirling around as they move around. So, yeah, they look like twins, not going to lie. So, yeah, Karim versus Gab, both AC5, Tailwind Dash, and Zip Zap users. So, it's all about who can unload more damage in the early game, get the advantage on the HP, and whoever slips off and takes a massive hit from the warrior. That's usually been the name of the game when it comes to these mirror matches of double mages and double warriors, you know?
Yeah, and it's who's going to hit, who's going to make those super clutch plays, and who's going to keep the momentum, right? Whenever you have momentum on your side, you really have to take advantage of it. Use your mana, take away their HP or take away their apostles, get ready for that late game. And, you know, both players, this is game one. I'm sure they've played each other before, and they know how this matchup works. So, you know, we see right here, Karim jumping on Gap's apostles and crushing them, getting out two of them quite quickly.
Okay, so Karim really nursing his mana right now, making sure that maybe he's gonna start unloading this the moment that the final push starts to happen. I think Karim is playing a bit more defensively, but now he turns to offensive mode here. Cast the first AC5 of the game and cast the second as well. Actually, no, I think he just hover hit, or did it get canceled? No, it did not get canceled. I thought the Tailwind Dash did, but now Gap is gonna be focusing on the Warriors a bit more now, trying to look for an advantage in the late game and still having both of his warriors alive. And now here comes the Zip Zap battle, but there's no clear winner just yet.
No, both players just kind of trading a little bit of damage, trading some stuns. Here comes some feathers. Nice hit by Karim, and but not huge. Not much on the return. Karim gonna... Oh no, that was a cancel by Gap right there. So Karim's feathers do not come out. Now he's coming in, knocking Gap up, backing back out, doing some Muhammad Ali-like moves, and Gap coming now with his apostles to do the damage. Both players sitting around half health now.
Oh my god, did you see that one auto from the warrior? That was 1k. So here's the problem that you have. If the warriors are still alive, you are going to be fearing for your life, trying to not get hit by the warriors. And Gap is just looking to apply some way more pressure, just going up in his biz, up in his face, making sure to deter him from not going through his warriors. The AC5 takes the full force. The return is going to snare him, but it's not going to be enough to take him out just yet. Can Karim still fight back and make a comeback story out of this? One auto attack should do the trick. The AC5, he jumps outside of the zone, but the welcome to the slam welcomes him to death. And oh my god, that was such an intense first game.
That was nice. That was really nice. Great plays from both players, even jumping out into the red to try to get away from the feathers. But that just meant that when he came back into the zone, the welcome to the slam was there, and it went smash, Hulk smash, and that was it for game one. Gap taking it very, very clean, and K-Room now has to fight back, or else Gap's gonna take set one.
Oh yeah. So yeah, if in set one Gap wins this, Karim is gonna be threatened to maybe switch things up really. Because honestly, I think he had full control in that early game, but then Gap in the late game figured out the chess pieces. It needs to be perfect. He had the two warriors pressuring him, so Karim suddenly in the back foot in the late game. Early game, mid game, Karim. Gap, late game, wins it all. That was the algorithm that let Gap win it all for some reason. But for and even holding on to all 13 of these mana, and look at Karim. He's still sitting on 15 mana, not making things happen in the early game, has everything in full control, gets the follow-up and also the welcome to the slam, but still stays alive.
Yeah, he is being very, very patient right now. Let's see how that ends up working out. Still seems to be doing pretty well on the Apostle side of things, although, he's not even trying that hard. He's actually sitting at full mana right now. Wasted mana. That's like, you don't see that very often. I don't think I've ever seen that at pro level because they're always using it. And there again, he's just chilling. I feel like why not use some of these? But I mean, there's a reason he's in this tournament and I'm casting it. I'm probably wrong. I just feel like, it might be a wasted opportunity.
It's definitely a wasted opportunity. You could be using that mana to go aggressive, maybe discard, set up some combos in hand. As I've seen with Logic, with Mino, it doesn't really happen as much in this one tournament, but it looks like Karim has the upper hand right now. Has 8 mana in the chamber, takes the full force of that, of the AC5. The second does not hit, but the return is going to be massive as well. Karim putting out an AC5 of his own, could go for a second, but casts the Zip Zap instead. Hovering the welcome to the slam for a welcome to pain, but it's not going to be enough. It is now a 2v2 situation, but it looks like Gap's Apostle is going to go down first. It is now 2v1.
Well played by K-Room right there. Going in with the last Zip Zap orbs, hitting with the feathers, hitting with the knockup, hitting with the orbs. They're trading now, but trading is good for K-Room. He has way more HP, and there it is. Beautiful taunt and dash in for K-Room, taking the second game in set one.
All right. So we saw a dominant first round win off of Gap, but can K-Rim actually reverse sweep this one round into the next? I'm so excited.
Is the question. These players seem to be very evenly matched, so I'm excited to see what they bring out.
All right. So early game, same thing. They're not like the type. They're not a Rallo type. They're not Logic or Mino type where they just go right in front of your face. But it looks like Gap is gonna take that initiative right now, putting on his Rallo cosplay and then going forward and then backing right out. But we didn't see a single AC5 or follow up or welcome to the slam come out of that. So it makes you a question, like, I guess they're just both scared of going all in because, of course, they're very good at also punishing each other if they make a simple mistake. Okay, so first AC5 has been thrown by Gap. He cast the first stone, but the first stone does not really deal that much damage.
Yeah, no damage dealt, wasting mana again, sitting at full. I'm curious to what 1437 thinks about that. I feel like at the highest level, there's always a play to be made, even if it's discarding, setting up your hand, using something in hand. I know obviously you want to save certain things for certain situations, like that switcheroo is for a certain situation, or now to save the mage, right? You don't just want to waste that. That's a super important card. But Karim taking a lot of damage here, running around between all of the apostles from Gap, and Gap is loving it, loving it, following up with feathers. That was a misplay by Karim. He should not have stayed there. He tried to save the mage, and because of that, he now took insane, massive damage, trying to heal up with his feathers, trying to heal up with the switcheroo, trying to get some of that life back. Did he just get bombed? No, okay, I think he didn't.
No, he didn't get bombed, but the follow-up is going to find Gap. The AC5 is going to get casted, but it's not going to find him either. Tailwind Dash is going to get hovered, preventing him to maybe cast anything. Not a Zip Zap, not a Gust Wind, not a Tailwind. But here it comes. The dash comes through. It is now a 3v1 situation with Karam in the back foot. And it looks like Gap is just going to look to close this off. Close the gap. Zip, zap away. And now he's going right in front of him right now. The follow-up does not find Karam. Is this going to be closing it off? Is this going to be the stun? But no, Karam still stays alive. Ha ha ha. But here it comes. Boom. Gap closes it down.
Ha ha ha. Lies. He's no longer alive. But yeah, we know what the mistake was there. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Karam.
Sorry, I was trying to talk in your language.
Appreciate you, brother. Karam tried to switch out, save the mage, and in turn lost like 75% of his own life. So I think next time, get the mage out of there, but then bounce, brother, bounce. Saving too much mana and then taking that many hits from warriors is not gonna be very fruitful. Warriors are painful. They do damage.
And that was the reason, like we said, that's why they don't want to go aggressive very early on. They're going to be forced into really awkward switcheroos, wherein they're going to get punished in the end.
Situations. All those situations, man. All those situations.
Yeah, those switcheroos are crazy. You switch places with your mage, and you get a heal out of there as well. So yeah,
you switcheroos to swap with the shmage. See, our language is really deteriorating here early in the morning.
Yes, we're evolving backwards, dude. That is the way of the ape.
Mom, we're evolving backwards. Oh, baby. All right, let's jump into set 2. I'm going to have to take a quick shower after this set because I have to wake up. My brain is like, sorry, dude.
All right. Do you just shower in like ice water or something?
Yeah, I'll just go cold water, jump under, dry off, and I'm good.
All right, he's going to have a cold water ritual on his water dragon.
A cold water ritual. Hey, I do play WC4 on my Tundra, and that's basically like, sauna into the ice bath. That's what I like to do. So it all makes sense.
Sauna into the ice bath is like, do you not like get nosebleeds from that? It's because of the change in temperature? Or it's not that like sudden?
No, it's totally sudden, but no nosebleeds. Just super health.
That's crazy. All right. Because there was this one time with me. I was
at band camp.
A band camp. One time at band camp. Yeah, they had a water heater. And we were in the mountains, so it was very cold. The water was very cold. Water heater dies midway from hot to cold. Got a nosebleed.
Oh, you sensitive little guy.
Yeah, dude, I died like a fruit.
I died like a fruit. All right, we're going into set 2, and let's see, can Karam bring it back? We're switching POVs. We're now on Gap.
Oh my goodness, he just casted a card from a dying apostle. And looks like a follow-up does come into fruition, but does not save that mage. So one mage is already taken out of Gap, and Karam looking to focus on the apostles on the side of Gap for the meantime. So now in this early game, really interesting plays from both of them. They're just focusing on the apostle, but not so much in the avatar. But hold the phone, they're gonna start fighting each other now. Avatar on avatar action. A quarter health from Gap is gonna be taken away, but now they're gonna be chilling like a villain. All right, now. Never mind that. Wow. Fall up into the welcome to the slam is going to be finding Gap. He is now pressured the heck out of there. The switcheroo is going to save him from the AC5, but now Karam is going to look to re-engage. Re-engaging right now with the Zip Zap Orb, with the double Zip Zap into the follow-up, into the AC5. The return is going to be massive in all of these hits. Even if a single one just hits right now, the Zip Zap Orb is going to be the nail in the coffin, and boom, Karam takes the first game of this round. Wow.
Striking back is what we like to see. Well done right there. That was quick. That was dirty. That was absolutely nasty. Karam showing his moves, showing he is not messing around and he wants this win.
Yep, they want this win. I mean, who doesn't want to win, dude? I mean, the very definition of playing a game is winning. I mean, who the hell has fun while losing? Well, honestly, that's cope. If you say I had fun while losing because I learned something, no, that's cope. That's what losers say. But
I gotta disagree with that one. If you're playing in a very good game that was very competitive and you learn from it, that's worth more to me than winning any day, to be fair. But winning feels good, and this is tournament time. These players had their time to practice. Their time to practice was in practice. This is when it matters. This is when you don't want to learn in this match. I do agree with that. In a tournament, this is not learning time. This is winning time. This is when you want to come in and you want to show what your practice has been doing for you, if it's been paying off, and you want to dominate these players. Here comes a big welcome to the slam. He does land. He does get the stun. And now Gap is going to come in. He's going to throw out some feathers. He misses the feathers, though. He expected a dash right there. Didn't get it. Just going to take out these apostles. Then he's going to start chasing Karim down the map with 3 apostles in tow.
Yeah, 3 apostles, not to mention 2 of them is the warrior. So this is a very extreme disadvantage on the side of Karim, since these warriors are very strong with the last dude standing and the welcome to the slam. So what Gap can do here is just let the warriors do the dirty work, but it looks like it's not working right now. Even with the clear advantage, Karim going really aggressive. Okay, so the follow-up is going to slow him down, taking him to half health. The tailwind dash in would help him stop Gap from making any simple plays that could save his life, but it looks like he's overstayed his welcome. Both of them are taken extremely low, even with the clear advantage right now. Gap could have won this, but it looks like Karim played this way perfectly with the aggressiveness.
But wait! If there's a return, it's over!
Oh my god! He had it!
Clip it!
He had it!
Clip it!
No way you won that!
That was insane. That was insane. That was his last chance, last opportunity right there, too. There was no more hope after that. If he did not hit that, he was done diggity dum-dum.
Oh my god.
Oh, baby. That was sick.
He had a nosebleed mid-game.
Sick.
Had a nosebleed mid-game because the hot water heater freaking failed, dude. It's as common as it looks, man. He sees, honestly, Karim out of nowhere just unloading everything, because I would assume, because we've seen Karim hold on to 15 mana out of nowhere, and then he just unloaded everything in that last couple of seconds leading into a win. Because you would think that Karim is already at the back foot there, but it looks like most of the pressure was still coming from Karim regardless of the Apostle advantage.
Hey, it's, Apostle Advantage only gets you so far because of what we've spoken about. Having no Apostles means you're going to get all your avatar cards, which are generally the better cards that you can use more consistently. And, in these AC5 matchups, you see it time and time again. The AC5 player can always hang in there and always has a chance if he can land those feathers. So this is a huge match right here. If Gaps wins this, it's over. If Karim wins it, we're going to a rubber match. And that's what I want. I have not had a rubber match all day long. And I'm a little bit sad about that. But at the same time, we still have some big matches incoming.
Oh, yeah. So a rubber bubba match. And also the next person is going to fight whoever loses the match between Rallo and Sharpie. So we're really getting a treat right now in this game. And oh my goodness, Gap taken extremely low. The AC5 is not going to find him on the return to Tailwind Dash. Going to try again for Karim. And here comes the AC5. Wow, Gap takes the full force of that, but is he going to survive the return? Okay, so the return does nothing. An auto attack should do the trick, but the Zip Zap is going to be used to lock him down. But Candace just, and here it is, the Rubba Bubba match being gifted for Chief. Your shower needs to hold off for a second because we're going to round 3.
We out here, baby.
Oh, yeah, look at that. He's practicing his,
rubber match method. Rubber match. Let's go, baby. Rubber match. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
I'm ready. I'm always ready. I'm always ready.
Can we just jump in? Can we just jump in? My guy needs a shower, dude.
No, we're good. We're good. You know what I'm saying? I fell asleep on stage at a live event. It's fine. I'll be fine. If you can't even see me here, I'm off screen. I'll just take like that power nap and I'll just talk with my eyes closed. I'm just kidding. But I have done that once. That actually happened. That was good times.
Good times. You fall asleep mid-tournament and you win it all, and you just wake up.
I was casting, bro. I was on the caster's desk. It was quite hilarious actually, because we were playing Axie Origins, and it was 2 sustain teams, and they kept tying.
You fell asleep to the sustain team.
They kept tying, bro. They played 4 times. We had to change the rules because this matchup wouldn't end. And I literally was naming trees and mushrooms and shit. And at some point, I was sitting there and I had my dark glasses on, and I just fell asleep. Or I was sitting there talking, casting with my eyes closed because it was just making stuff up anyways. And at some point, while Reg was talking, I nodded off and I caught myself oh shit. And
holy crap, he ended his turn at full health with 500 armor. Awesome, buddy.
Something like that. And Reg looks, and after the cast, he comes over, he's like, Chief, I saw you fell asleep. And I just started laughing my ass off. He could see through my glasses. He could see through the side, and I was just straight eyes closed, mouth open.
Oh my gosh, man. I mean, then again, it's understandable. It is both sustained teams.
Well, to be fair, we were up until 5 a.m. every night, waking up at 7 or 8. Lots of wine, and it was tough. The live events have all been very tough. I don't drink now, so maybe it'll be easier in the future. We'll see. But in the past, they've been rough. So here we go, baby. Rubber match. Here we go, baby. Rubber match.
Here is the final match between Karim and Gap.
Sounds.
Who has a chance to climb back up to the finals to face whoever loses between Sharpie and Rallo? Is it gonna be Gap or is it gonna be Karim? And both are really good, respectively, with how aggressive and conservative they are in the early to mid game. But the late game is kind of obvious. But even having having the advantages on Apostles, it doesn't make you the clear winner.
Hold on, Biku. I'm gonna do a thing. Right. Is everyone ready to rumble? And that's all I got. I was trying to go for the ding, the ding, but it wasn't very loud. I don't think. But I'm trying. I
think you need to soundboard that. Maybe.
Producer, get me a Bruce. We need a Bruce Buffer voice and a ding, a ding, 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 like we're fighting in the ring. All right, here we go, baby. Set 3, Gap versus K-Rim. Both players from SL. One of them will be moving on. One of them will not. I've seen them fight before. I don't remember who won, and it doesn't matter because today is the Zenith Invitational, and these players are fighting for some big prizes and some big bragging rights.
Oh yeah, all right. So yeah, I don't have a bell, but yeah, let's get ready to rumble.
There it is.
I do have that. So anywho's Reno, Karim at a quarter health. So early game kind of sort of belongs to Gap, but we've seen these comeback stories come out of Karim, and even so, we do not have a way to determine who could win this because they're kind of matched right now. I mean, this is why we're at a round 3. There's no clear victory, and they're pretty much playing a mirror matchup, playing double warrior, double mages. I mean, we have seen the Guardians sometimes, especially with the Castle Guard, to deter them from using the AC5. But I guess it's much more value to just have the Warrior instead. Karim at half health, Gap with a clear advantage on the HP, but we're just not going to close it off just yet. He still has the switcheroo. Maybe could use it to get a quick heal, so just to get the full value. And it looks like the Apostles on the side of Karim is going to die at the backside. The first AC5, the return is going to be massive. Does not connect for that snare.
Yeah, Karim is on the back foot right now. Gap just has one warrior left, which is kind of nice. I think one warrior is a nice little balance. You're not going to have too many cards. You still have some welcome to the slams, at least for the next couple seconds until these feathers come back. Mm-hmm. And after that, we're going to have our 1v1. But Gap, light HP advantage Warrior still in the game, actually jumping in, getting some double stuns, and getting some value from this Warrior, actually still getting auto attacks while they run around each other, and no return on the feathers. It looks like Gap is going to do this really soon. One return could be GG.
Oh
there
my
it is.
gosh.
Gap brings it back. K-Rim now 1 game away from losing this entire matchup.
What a crazy matchup. We saw Karen fight for his life there, and there was a chance. There was a very big chance that he could have still won that. I saw that AC5 at the very end where he had most of his AC5 feathers hit Gap more, but it looks like Gap closes it off with an AC5 for himself.
So, K-Rim back against the wall. He needs to make all the plays right here. Every single play needs to be on point. Gap needs to just continue what he did last game, and it seems like going into the late game with a slight Apostle advantage, having that Warrior, I feel like it made a difference. I feel like it got in some good auto attacks and was able to support Gap in the zip zap battles.
And once you do have that zip zap battles, and the problem that they face sometimes it can be a problem, sometimes it can be an advantage to have more than one Apostle present in the late game. But with Gap here, he really knows how to play his Apostles right once that circle closes in, and he does have one of his Warriors still alive. But it doesn't seem so in this second game, because it looks like it's a bit even when it comes to the Apostle count. Karam taking his time, trying to kill Hoff. Gap's last mage there uses that shield to maybe leave him alive, but he will go down eventually.
Gap says, no, you cannot kill my mage. I'm going to use him one more time. I'm going to do one more thing. No, but it got canceled, actually, the knockup. Wait, what?
Okay, wait, aggressive
that
plays
came out
now
so
coming
late,
from both of them.
But okay, anyways. Oh, because there's still a mage from K-Rim. I see. I didn't realize there was still a mage back there. Okay, so the one Apostle each. Both players taking some damage. K-Rim getting pretty damn low right now. Gap looking like he's going to go in for the kill right here. If he can get a stun and land with that Warrior, boom, boom, boom. There's some big hits. Now the 1v1 commences. The zip-zap battles are starting, and the feathers are flying. Gap needs one return, and it's going to burn. K-Rim's going to go down right here. Boom! Gap is going to move on to the next round.
And K-Rim is now eliminated from the tournament. GG's, K-Rim. You fought well, but Gap is closing it in forward in the losers finals. All right. So yeah, we're going to be seeing more of Gap in the losers finals, and he's going to be fighting whoever loses the match between Rallo versus Sharpie. It's going to be a very, very intense matchup moving forward. So everything is going to be a banger moving forward from here.
Bangers. All right, but before we get in to our final couple matches, we're going to take a break. And when we get back, it's going to be high octane Rollo versus Sharpie. Let's get a tweet in chat. Let's let the people know that is the match they've been waiting for is coming live here on Apeiron NFT's Twitch. You don't want to miss it. It's about to get Liddy Von Titty, baby. Lego. We're going to be right back.
Let's go.
My name is Jeff Zerlin, aka Jihos, and I'm a co-founder of Sky Mavis, the inventors of Axie Infinity and the Ronin Network. We've been saying that 2023 will be a year for building, and today we're showing that's what we've been doing. We are delivering on RON staking, the transition to DPoS, to deliver property rights to all users of the internet, starting with gamers. Today's announcement shows that Ronin is about so much more than Axie. We're welcoming new IPs, new teams, new types of experiences onto Ronin, while also reinforcing the core foundation of Axie Infinity. The transition to DPoS is part of our plan to decentralize the Ronin network over time. It's something that is super important to the integrity and the health and safety of the ecosystem. We saw back in 2021 with the launch of Ronin how Axie and Ronin can be super synergistic with each other. So more games on Ronin, more activity on Ronin, I think this is going to benefit the entire Axie community and the ecosystem as a whole. We envision Ronin as the best place to launch and grow Web3 games. So way back in 2018 when we were building Axie, we realized that there was still so much infrastructure that needed to be built. Gas fees were really high on Ethereum. It was slow, right? So building on Ethereum was a lot like training in the hyperbolic chamber from Dragon Ball Z. With Ronin, we're solving all the problems and building all the tools that we wish we had when we started our journey. So a Ronin is a samurai without a master. And with Ronin, we took the destiny of our own products into our own hands. And simultaneously, we see this as an opportunity for Web3 game developers to also take the destiny and the direction of their products. These ecosystems, due to how they combine economics, community, and leisure, are becoming known as digital nations. Axie Infinity was hampered by high transaction speeds and slow finality on Ethereum. However, when Axie deployed on Ronin in April 2021, it experienced hypergrowth and onboarded millions of gamers. The community has been asking for two main things on Ronin. One, RON staking. Two, more games, more experiences. And today, we're taking a major step towards a world of infinite experiences. Web3 games are a new type of game. Games that are more empowering to the community, to the users that play them. Today's migration to DPoS is about you. Over the last few years, it's become really clear how digital ownership and property rights can transform the lives of gamers all over the world. Today's migration to DPoS for Ronin will allow us to double down on this and expand it to more gamers. Over the last year, I've been traveling to meet our community in America, the Philippines, Vietnam, all over the world, and it's been really touching to hear the stories of people who have had their lives changed by this revolution. Today, we're making a big step towards making this even more accessible to the billions of gamers all over the world. There are a bunch of ways for the community to get involved right now. First, start staking your RON tokens through a validator. Second, let's help amplify this announcement. Join the community, join the Ronin Discord, follow us on Twitter, retweet this post. And finally, start doing research into some of these games. See which ones resonate with you and which ones you're most excited about.
Do you remember something used to be? Day job. Stick to the day job. What is good, everybody? We are back. I took a quick shower. I feel like a new reborn baby. It is top 3. Let the man talk. Let Gio speak. Relax. Bracket. Oh, spicy. Good morning. Zero. What is good? Lewis Kellington. Sharpie versus Rollo. Dumb frickin' Roy. That's what I'm talking about. Whoop whoop. And the Boop Kusei in chat as well. Infinity Dunk. How is everybody doing on this beautiful, beautiful morning? We have something special, Biku. Are you ready for the madness?
Oh, fuck yeah, man. I am here for the madness indeed. I am excited for the next match. I know what it is. I'm ready for the madness. But yeah, let our audience know, Chief.
Infinity Dunk is doing. I like it. He is doing. And hey, maybe more rubber matches later. We're going to see. And I'm going to be putting on the Ape GG colors right here to represent and support my boy Rollo against Sharp here in the winners bracket finals. It is game time, baby. Lego.
Legua.
Legua?
Legua.
Legua?
For sure.
All right. This is still a best of 3. It will be all best of 3s until the grand finals, where we will do a best of 5. And if the losers bracket champion that comes up wins the first best of 5, it will reset. But, you know, we got to get there first. You got to win the first one. So,
all right, so predictions time. So,
Rollo.
Rollo wins against Sharpie. Sharpie goes down against Gap. And then it's going to be Sharpie versus Gap for a rematch. And whatever happens from there.
I agree with all that, and I think Sharpie comes back up, faces Rollo, and Rollo ends up being the grand champion with Sharpie in second place. But that is all speculation. Let's jump into game number 1. Let's see what happens. Let's see what is good today in the South American region. We have Sharpie from Meditate against Rollo from Ape GG. The Titans, the heavyweights are about to clash, and can Rollo be the first one to erase the Sharpie?
Let's go, baby. Is he gonna be the guy that brings in the club soda to erase the Sharpie finally, or will this be another upset in the making? We have seen Sharpie as the Eren Yeager of Apeiron lately in a new dawn, taking down hard hitters, big names, and making a name for himself, and now part of Meditate as well. And as supported, Zero and Kusei are also here to see it all happen. Is it gonna be a Rollo matchup again? A clean sweep probably? But are we gonna see him sweat for the first time? Are we gonna see gods bleed?
We are going to find out. And Grars, you are here too. I am sorry. Welcome everybody. And 7 Mats, you guys are all freaking awesome. We appreciate the support. We appreciate y'all being out here with us. This is game 1, winners bracket finals, best of 3. Rollo currently up by a little bit, about a third bar of HP. Sharpie coming out for the knockup, hitting the knockup, going for the axe throw as well, just throwing everything Rollo's way. Rollo is saying, I don't care. I'm ready for you, brother. I am ready. So, but Sharpie has all 4 apostles still on the field. First one looking to go down right about now, maybe on the return. Knock up, return. Big damage coming in from Sharpie. Well played.
All right, so the double warrior is still alive on the side of Rollo, and he needs to take it extremely low. So they're both at a quarter health right now, but Sharpie is yet to unload any of his damage. The Zip Zap, he's taking way too much damage from the Zip Zap, and the AC5 could just be the nail in the coffin. Oh my god, the Be Formless has taken his life, and Rollo takes the first game. So aggressive plays coming out of Rollo. Both are playing Delta, so this is not what our run-of-the-mill Cars versus Cars with the AC5 this time. Both of them are going to go ham, and whoever has the fancier feet against whatever aggression they bring to the table is going to be the clear winner.
Let's fricking go, baby. Rollo taking game number 1. It is time. Can Sharpie respond? Here we go. Game 2 is underway, and Sharpie looking for the knockup, looking to combo with the slam, looking to combo with another slam.
No way.
Big moves coming in from Sharpie, delivering right off the bat. I feel like he did something similar last game. Let's see if Rollo can respond. Big magic bomb coming in from Sharpie, knocking apart all of Rollo's little dudes. And now a knockup coming, switcheroo, feathers being thrown, no feathers being thrown. Now feathers being thrown, but Rollo's no longer there. So feathers going against Apostles. Follow-up coming in any second now. There it is. But yeah, he does get him. No damage to connect with it.
All right, so Rollo is taken extremely low in this early game. He is now at half health. The advantage goes to Sharpie, but can he actually make something happen with this? Oh my goodness, there's the AC5 getting canceled, but 1200 damage all taken by the full force by Rollo there. And now they are both at the same health, but the Apostle count still matters. All of the Apostles on the side of Sharpie are still alive, and now Rollo is looking to unload everything onto Sharpie. It is now my turn. You took me very low in the early game, and a double switcheroo makes it look like a Dragon Ball fight right now. The Zip Zap Orb is going to slow down Rollo, taking him to half health. Now he's going to back off, back away, maybe make some mana for a certain period of time before he can go ahead and try again.
Knockups everywhere, switcheroos for 2. I've never seen a double switcheroo like that. That was sick. Big slam coming in from Sharpie. Rollo needs to be careful. Now another slam, but Sharpie is not able to hit that one. That would have been end game right there for Rollo. So both players very low. One combo will be enough to end it. And the follow-up comes in, but Rollo switches away just fast enough to survive. But he is in deep trouble now. He's got all the Apostles on him. He's going to get a decent amount of heal right there, but I don't think that's going to be enough.
Oh my god, he just accepts his death right there, putting this at a tie on round 1. Gods do bleed, and Sharpie has poked his pen up. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to finish that sentence, but we're going to a game 3, baby! Move on. Cut the tape. I didn't say that. Anyway.
Sharpie is rubbing his pen on Rollo's face right now as Rollo sleeps. That's just like in college, baby. Just like in college. I'm talking about a Sharpie pen. Don't be so perverted, bro.
That's true. And he's drawing a mustache. That's it. We're not drawing anything else. Yes, a mustache. Oh my god, Rollo taking way too much damage in the early game. The double follow-up is going to be massive there. So Rollo, once again, in the same situation as last round where he is half health in the early game once again. Can Sharpie close this out and get a win off of Rollo in the first match? This is actually really interesting. We haven't seen Rollo pressured this much before. It's usually Rollo the one that's making the pressures in the early game, but now here in the mid game, both of them are the same health.
Okay.
But yeah.
Very even now. Sharpie has been having some very good success with the early game slams, and then it seems like the mid games have been a little bit more in Rollo's favor, and then the end games have been swapped. Nice follow-up, doesn't get the full damage, some decent damage, feathers all over the place. Who's got the fancy footwork? Both players getting low. Rollo with a slight life advantage currently, bringing out the new feathers. If he gets a good return, this could be absolutely huge. There is a slam, though. Careful. Slam coming. Big slam coming in from Sharpie. Both players now at even life. This is a battle of the Titans. Both players just taking hits at each other left and right.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so he has the Tailwind Dash along with that AC5, but does not have the mana forward. The return is going to be massive. Doesn't take anything on the forward, but on the return, it's going to be there. The follow-up is going to slow down Sharpie, but can the return execute Rollo? No, it's not going to be enough. Rollo gets away with a sliver of health, and welcome to the slam right outside of the zone, and a dash, and Rollo has lost a round this tournament. Holy moly! Gosh, man, Sharpie. He is sharp. He is P. Put them together. We have got Eren Yeager in the house, killing off Titans, hard hitters like Rollo. My gosh.
Damn. Okay, now I'm getting nervous. Now I'm getting a little bit nervous. I cannot believe nobody's... No. Sharpie's a beast. This is insane. I'm very, very nervous. Rollo I've never seen him lose a set before. So this is big plays right now. And now we're going to see if Rollo, with his back against the wall, how is he going to perform, right? That is what makes champions, is when your back is against the wall, when it matters most, do you deliver? So this is going to be intense. I'm super, super excited to see if Sharpie can continue this streak of domination, or if Rollo is going to stand tall and say, no, not today. This is my South America. You can't have it. Get out of here.
I dominate the South of America, but let's not forget Zenith tournament is the tournament for Rallo's return because of the leaderboard finish. 1-for-3-7, I think, finished the leaderboard at first place. I'm not sure how this is going to be ending up. So the next game is going to be crucial. Will Rallo bring out a different apostle? Will he be bringing out a different planet? He needs to change something, or he just needs to learn how Sharpie plays. Next round is match point. This is a best of 3. And even if Rallo does go to the loser's bracket, he still can rise back up to face Sharpie. But oh my goodness, right off the bat, my prediction is already shaking, dude.
I mean, everyone in chat is already counting Rollo out like this is over. This is only winners bracket finals. You guys should know esports by now. It is not over. It is just getting started. So here we go. Set number 2. Game time, baby. We've got Meditate versus HGG. Titans in the ring. Each game was within a hair's length. So very close. So very competitive. These players are not messing around, and I'm excited to see, man. This is going to be high-octane gameplay. Get ready to clip it. There's going to be some clips coming.
High-octane gameplay and high-octane copium right there in the chat. So still, they're both going to be bringing in the deltas, but this time something different is coming from Rallo. He brings in the hunter instead. It could be a hunter with the there it is. It's a root trap slide hunter, maybe allowing him to have a good area to maybe retreat in with the root trap slide, because it's still a very big deal. Okay, wait, what was that? It's Hunter's Mark. I forgot the name of that card. You don't usually see that, but honestly, the hunter here is more known for its root trap slide instead. The follow-up finds Rallo, but there is nothing else to follow that up.
Yeah, so fairly even early game. Not seeing as much aggression from Sharpie as we saw last set. You know, he was really hitting him hard with a lot of warrior aggression. So far, it's a little more tamed, a little more relaxed. But that just means it's going to be a little bit different of a flow. It probably won't be that much different. The end game will probably look similar. Nice switcheroo from Sharpie getting away from the feathers, and no return damage either. Good little return damage from Sharpie, though.
Yeah, and I'm seeing a bit of difference in plays coming from Rallo. He's been playing a bit more defensively this round, and it is actually giving him some more value right now as well. So he's dealing some decent amount of damage onto Sharpie, but he has been playing in the back right now. So usually when you see a Rallo match, he is the one that that moves forward, tries to look for early plays. But yeah, he is standing back, playing a bit more defensively, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and retaliate and try to make something happen. Here comes the first AC5 and the second coming in. The return does not find Sharpie, and he's going to try to find another angle into this. So it is a 4v1 situation right now for Rallo. Can he get this back up? Can he pull out a Rallo special where he wins it all in the end?
Hey, I've seen him do it many times, but we haven't seen him do it against Sharpie, and Sharpie has been playing like an absolute monster the last week or so. So, you know, this is the tournament of champions right here, and we're going to see. Rallo's about to finish off these last couple apostles.
Follow-up.
The follow-up misses, so that was very important for Rallo. He is going to get stunned. He is going to take some return damage. Not too terrible.
Whoa.
Now very close. Now it's going to come down to the fast feet. Who's got the faster feet? Who's paying attention to the feathers? And who's going to get those big hits? Both players getting very low here. Oh my god, I don't even know. This is insane. This is
the triple
absolutely
AC5.
insane.
Yeah, the triple AC5 coming out of Rallo actually brings down Sharpie by quite a lot. The Tailwind is going to find him, but whose AC5 is going to hit first? And Rallo gets killed first blood in the second round. That is insane. We found a return. We could see Rallo winning that match, but Sharpie is just as sharp as a pencil here. He is the permanent marker, and Rallo is having a hard time getting it off.
It is. I mean, they're very, very close, but right now, Sharpie is on point. He's looking more like a ballpoint right now. But let's see. It's not over yet. Rallo now has match point and is going to have another one, even if he wins this. So Rallo is fully back against the wall. And now it is time for him to bring out his ace plays. Big hits coming in from Sharpie right off the bat.
The follow-up into the welcome to the slam, welcoming Rallo to an early game amount of damage there, and it looks like the Warrior is going to take out one of Rallo's mages first because of that one switcheroo play. So advantage on the Apostles right now is onto Sharpie already in the early game, and it looks like Rallo is trying to make something happen, but the switcheroo is going to be slowing him down and going to be exiting that as well. But Rallo is out for blood, using the Tailwind dash to maybe get something on the return. Another AC5 is there, I think. Oh no, it's not. It's just another follow-up. It's going to slow down Rallo once again. It's trying to auto him right there. Does not have a... Oh my god, another hit from the Warrior is going to take Rallo to a quarter health now exactly.
Yeah, Rallo taking damage, dealing damage as well. Both players, they're just kind of trading blows here. This is great play coming out from both of them. Nice switcheroo, nice double knockups. Everybody's making big plays. Nobody is getting stomped and nobody is dominating, right? It's just super back and forth and very mobile. Both these players are very, very mobile, and it's going to come down to who is going to find that flow moment. Right now, Rallo with a slight HP advantage, and it's looking like Sharpie with a very strong Apostle advantage again.
That's true, but the HP advantage kind of sort of doesn't matter here since they're just both squishy deltas. They're not karst, by the way, and oh my goodness, the welcome to the slam finds Rallo, and you could say that, you could call that HP advantage bye-bye now. Magic Bomb is going to be coming in right in the middle, deterring Rallo from going in there. The follow-up is going to find Rallo, but it's going to be followed up with a Zip Zap Orb instead of the AC5. The AC5 is going to come out of Rallo. Will the return find something there? The Tailwind dash, kind of a greedy play, maybe taking some autos from the Apostles on the side of Sharpie. Another follow-up comes in, another AC5 into the Apostles, and Rallo is backed against the corner. Can he get out of this? Can he make a Rallo play, or is he gonna have to climb back up from the loser's bracket? Here it is, guys. Oh my goodness, a lot of pressure is on, and it looks like Sharpie might need to work for this one. He's right outside of the zone, taking a ton of damage there. The Tailwind dash is there as well. The Zip Zap is not there as well, but here it comes. The Zip Zap from Rallo is going to pressure him. The Gust Wind is going to get casted. It's not going to get canceled. And oh my goodness, Rallo gets sent into the Shadow Realm, into the clutches of Gap, and he's going to need to fight back up, and Sharpie moves forward to the grand finals. Oh my god, gods do bleed, and it looks like Rallo needs to make a better read against Sharpie, because Sharpie is making plays that even Rallo can't handle.
Damn.
No way.
My heart is pumping right now. That was insane, bro. Well played by Sharpie. Holy shit. Hey, 1437 also got knocked down to the losers bracket, came back and was able to win it in the end. And let's see. Now it's on Rallo. It is in his court. He's going to have to drop down, win some matches, come back up, and we're going to have, but first, Gap. First, we got Rallo versus Gap. So we've got some big matches coming up, and I'm ready. I cannot wait to jump into this next one. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. That was crazy.
Definitely. I mean, yeah. So Rallo versus Gap. I haven't seen Rallo and Gap actually play that much, so I wouldn't be sure how they would play against each other. Cause Shadow Realm. I'm sorry, I just pulled that one off. All right, losers round finals. Losers finals right now. Rallo versus Gap, and whoever the winner is gets to fight Sharpie for a best of 5. Sharpie has taken the throne, and it looks like Rallo is now a step forward to reclaiming that. So Coming up next, guys, Rallo versus Gap.
That was impressive stuff right there. Meditate, hats off, finding talent everywhere, really stepping it up, really bringing the pain this week. And they're looking for the three-peat right now. They're looking to win each and every Zenith Invitational, and that would be absolutely bonkers. So, let's see. It ain't over yet. No fat lady.
It ain't over
is
yet. That's yeah. It ain't over yet. But we know for sure. What we know for sure. Five out of 6 top 2 positions is now in the hands of the Boods, of the Meditates. So moving forward, we need to see Rallo get up there and of course put Ape in the board.
Yeah, we want a point. Paradise came super close yesterday. That was also an insane match against Mino. That was super sick to watch. We're seeing a lot of really intense, high-octane games and matches, and that is what we want. That's all we can ask for. And we're about to get more of it right here because Gap is also still in the running. He's fighting for those top 2 spots. He has been a warrior fighting through the losers bracket for quite a while now. Let's see what is going to happen here in our losers bracket finals with Gap versus Rallo. It's game time, baby.
It is game time. So the biggest upset that's going to happen here is if Rallo actually falls to Gap. So say it ain't so, but hopefully not. But we'll see what happens there. I actually don't know what is SL. I don't know what SL is.
I'm not sure what it means, but I know they're really good at Apeiron.
All right, cool, awesome. SL equates to really good at Apeiron, baby.
Star-Lord, there it is. Boom. Thank you, Logic. We appreciate you.
Oh, Star-Lord? Really? What? No way. That's crazy. Okay.
Or maybe he just made that up. I don't know. No, that makes sense.
No. Star-Lord. Star-Lord does have a scholarship. I know him. He's a whale. So I don't know if that's really him. But yeah.
Star-Lord scholars, sorority lovers. Those are Star-Lord's planets. Cha-ching. There it is. Well, Gap versus Rallo, lower round 4. Let me go grab my drinks real quick. Be right back.
All right. So I'm going to drink an extra sip of coffee just for this very high octane matchup. Is it going to be a fight between the defensive versus the offensive? But I think Gap can actually go make some extremely aggro play in the early game. All right, I haven't sipped my coffee yet. All right, let's make it some ASMR stuff. All right, cool. Anywho's Reno, let us go. So it looks like on the side of Rallo, he is going to be bringing in a Guardian double mage. Wait, no, it's not a double mage. It is a single mage double hunter. Wait a freaking second. It is a Call of the Endstorm. AC6 is now seed in this tournament. It is seen, and it is played by Rallo, baby. All right. So it's not an AC5. I got to start practicing saying that word. And oh my God, what electrostatic ray? What the hell are these moves, Rallo? Okay.
Rallo's switching it up. He's bringing in his lockdown build. Very interesting here.
Let him cook because I have no idea what this is. Oh my goodness. The world is your oyster, and I think I'm allergic because I have no idea and I have never seen this before, but it is all air from here on, baby.
Yeah, so basically what you do is you use the ray and that will lock everything down at some point. When everything locks down, you got to hit him with the big baboomshka. When the big baboomshka comes in and it hits the other guy twice, the game ends.
Oh, okay, but this does require you to not get tailwind. But the thing about the tailwind, I have seen it happen before, is that when you try to tailwind right in front of electrostatic laser, it actually pushes you back midair. So this is a pretty good ability. So it is. I guess it's way better than the bubble blasting, which is commonly seen because it's not in the first circle. This is in the fourth circle. Electrostatic ray is on that specific circle. All right, so we're gonna be seeing it now live in action. He's trying to move forward, trying to get that snare in there. He is getting pushed back. Gonna switcheroo away right before the snare does happen, but here comes another electrostatic ray coming out of Rollo. He gets snared on the first one, and he's gonna get snared in the other, and he already has the call, the end storm ready right there. Now Rollo is just waiting for the snare to pop right back up, and here it comes, the babushka. Oh my goodness, he dashes away, does not take any damage at all. Was that a pixel perfect dodge from the babushka itself? And oh my goodness, the tailwind dash is going to be right there. Did he get hit just long enough to actually get the snare in there? No, I don't think so. But here comes another call, the end storm into the zip zap orb. This is a very questionable play coming out of Rollo. This might have actually costed him the game because the first round is now going to go to Gap. He's even allowed to surf right outside the zone, and Rollo takes the first loss in this losers bracket finals.
Yeah, so the thing about this is you have to time the end storm perfectly with when the stun lock happens, right? It's really freaking hard. I've seen him practice with this. It's a very hit or miss build. I don't feel like it works at the highest level because they're all too freaking good at the game. But you know, with the
it's Rollo.
Yeah, it's Rollo. He likes to do crazy things. So let's see if he can bring this back. It is a best of 3, so he can still, you know, he has time to adjust after if this doesn't work out. But let's see what he can do.
Oh my goodness, I think he expended way too many follow-ups in that early game there, not having enough mana to actually execute a call the end storm right after the follow-up. But oh my goodness, the double volley deals way too much damage. A quarter health already on Gap just from the double volley alone. Magic bomb being hovered, being casted over there. Here comes the baby cage, but it's not going to find him. The call the end storm is going to be casted, and the snare is there. But once again, Gap, perfect, pixel perfect dodge once again. We haven't seen a single end storm hit perfectly just yet. It might have hit, but it's just way too much in the edge to even deal some damage. The closer you are to the middle, the more damage you're gonna be dealing. And it looks like Rollo is having a hard time hitting these, but Gap is just, we could definitely just make the argument that Gap is just dodging this way too perfectly.
Yeah, Gap is ready. He's keeping his distance. So that means that every time Rollo comes in, he has to coordinate his movements. He has to move right at him. When this happens, Gap will throw up a stun. Gap will throw up a switcheroo. But now Rollo's switching it up a little bit and using other CC to lock Gap down and then jumping in with the end storm. That was a beautiful play.
All right, the got your back is going to delay some damage coming out of Gap there. And here comes another electrostatic ray. And he is even precasting the root trap slide. But there exists a bunch of apostles. So there's not that much value that you can get from that. He's now going to be using the call the end storm right on top of the apostles, taking them below half health. So if it's not going to be for the avatar, I guess I'll focus on your apostles instead. But the welcome to the slam stuns Rollo. The follow-up finds him as well. A second one finds him again. And Gap takes the first round and threatens Rollo to be eliminated from the tournament at match point. No freaking way. I don't want to be seeing this. Bring back what you're comfortable with, because it looks like this isn't working. Because there's way too much resistance on the CCs. Gap keeps getting away. He does get snared, but the snare's duration is not enough for him to pull off that AC6 caboose, you know?
So I'm hoping Rollo's not tilted and throwing, and I'm hoping that he's so confident that he can 2-0 Gap that he's willing to bring that in to give the people a show and maybe to win a competitive match with that build. I don't know. I'm trying to find the mindset here.
Trying to find a silver lining for Rollo.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, it's a best of 3, and now Rollo has a lot of work to do because he's got to beat Gap twice to stay alive, and then he's got to beat Sharpie like 6 times. So that sounds hard to me. That sounds real difficult. Trying to find the copium, Dumroy, absolutely. That's
absolutely. I mean, then again, so yeah, Rollo needs to make something happen here. You can switch back to the AC5. I don't think the AC6 is going to be the play here. We've only seen it hit the middle once, taking Gap to half health. You need to hit him a second time to actually make it work, and it didn't happen. So could we be seeing the AC5 once again? The moment I saw the double Hunter, single Mage, and single Guardian, that was automatically a questionable play on that side. But it looks like we're back to the double Warrior, double Mage on the side of Rollo. Could be an AC5, Zip Zap, and Tailwind. And he's playing this. Okay, so he's back. Rollo is definitely back. This is how he plays usually. He goes forward, tries to bait a few abilities in, gets the follow-up, but there's no follow-up after the follow-up.
Yep, so Rollo playing his bread and butter again. And here we go. It has begun. Rollo does want to win this. He does care. He wants to get that crown. He wants his rematch against Sharpie. And Gap is coming in from the Star-Lord saying, no, sir, you may not win against me. I am the gatekeeper. I am the Sharpie I'm the Gap keeper at this point. So, losers bracket finals. Rollo dropping big hits onto Gap. Multiple slams. Dropping in some feathers. Can he get the return? Just a little. Not a full one. Well done so far. Rollo is putting the pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal and the whatever to the gas. I forgot the whole saying. And oh my god, the magic bomb almost got Gap there, but he pixel perfect once again, dashed away from that. And here comes the AC5 coming out of both of them. The Zip Zap Orb is going to be the follow-up, but Rollo is just going to be backing away and building up some more mana after that.
Yeah, so 2 apostles on the field still for Gap. Rollo about to be by himself. That mage is dropping any moment now. And now it's going to be a 3v1. Rollo coming in. Big feathers to the chin of Gap right there. And trying to get... Oh, no, okay. Gap gets away. Just chilling.
Just chilling, and his mage falls. The follow-up was being hovered, but he really crucially needed to tailwind dash away because Rollo's abilities was about to hit him. And here comes another AC5 and another AC5 coming out of Gap himself. So now they're just deterring each other with the return of the AC5. Rollo's return is going to come first, but oh my god, Rollo taking extremely low. Now the advantage is onto Gap, and he can just zip zap away and just auto attack right back. The return for the AC5 does not find anything. Tailwind dash right away. Does Rollo have another AC5 in the chamber? Does he have even the mana to survive this? But no, Gap takes this at a threatening match point. Are we actually gonna see Rollo dethroned right now? Oh my gosh!
Rollo. It is now. He's really making me pucker up now. He's really making me
Chief,
pucker
look
up.
away!
It hurts. Gap playing absolutely amazing right there at the end of that game. Really landing the clutch moments and the clutch plays towards the end. Well done by Gap. Now Rollo has to win game after game after game, or Gap is going to close the gap and move up to the winners bracket finals.
Oh yeah, that's it. What do you make of this, man? It's really scary on the side of Rollo because he's really threatened right now. He hasn't won a single game so far against Gap. This is not what we were expecting, but expect the unexpected at this point. I mean, come on. Sharpie is in the grand finals just waiting for whoever has to fight him in this current round. And it looks like Rollo loses one apostle first. Here it comes. An aggressive play coming in from Gap, but Gap knows that he just has to get away, get a follow-up down, and double welcome to the slam him once again like he did the last round. Here comes an AC5 coming out of Rollo. Does not find anything, but does find the apostles. The double follow-up is going to slow him right back down. He is now at a quarter of health. He is being threatened right now. Oh my freaking goodness. A lot of mana is on the side of Gap, but he is not going to follow up anything. He is chilling. He is playing. He knows he can let the apostles do the dirty work right now. Chief, look away. Look away right now. Don't look. Just look at the flowers.
I can't look away. I can't look away. There's no flowers. It's just sadness.
Google flowers. Oh, and he's emoting. Oh my god, Rollo is emoting. Oh shoot, dude. Gap is so far ahead in this right now. The Zip Zap is coming in from Gap, and he knows he just needs to pressure him. He has both the warriors still alive. The follow-up is going to die from that one mage. Okay, well played to Rollo. So he needs to play this really perfectly now.
So yeah, emotes coming out. Gap is feeling confident. Rollo now has to make the biggest plays of his life. He's on the back foot. He's got. Oh my God! What the hell was that?
It's 2,000 damage from the welcome to the slam from that one warrior, and the upset has been fulfilled. Gee, look away. Oh my God, Rallo loses to Gap, and the grand finals will not find an ape, but a Star-Lord instead. Sharpie versus Gap in the grand finals for that rematch. It is a match made in hell because I know Chief really turn off your camera.
I'm looking away. I'm looking away.
Oh no!
You told me to look away. I can't
You can look again. Wait, somebody change the screen to something else. Make it cats or something, or puppies.
I need puppies. I need puppies. I need puppies. Someone, I need puppies. Wait, congratulations to Gap.
Congratulations to Gap. He played really well. Rallo as well, even emoting in the middle of the game. Respect to the players. They were here for a reason, but Gap is determined to win it all. Crazy games, man.
Damn. No cap, no Gap. That is it. I can't see
snap.
Chief. Oh, snap. Well, wow. Congratulations. Gap moving on. Rollo is going to take third place. Ape GG falling hard in the Zenith Invitational. But that is part of competition, and Meditate showed up this week. Big time. Very impressive. Very impressive.
Guild Wars coming in soon. They have a lot of hard hitters going into this Guild Wars as well. So we're going to be seeing a grand finals between Sharpie and Gap. Who would have known? We expected Rallo to be in the grand finals, but dang, it's upset after upset. But hey, Sharpie, man.
Sharpie still sitting there undefeated at this point. Lost one game to Rollo. He's ready. So I think while we take a little break, let's get these dudes on screen doing some stuff. Producer man, can we get a game going for the people? We'll go to a little break, and when we get back, we're gonna have ourselves the grandest of grand finals. Pew, 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 pew. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The Zenith Invitational Grand Finals. Gap has made it back to the top bracket to face up against the unstoppable Sharpie in a best of 5. If Gap can win it, they're going to go to another one. But so far, no one has been able to stop this man. And no one is been able to erase the Sharpie. So, Biku, it's been a long day, but I'm excited for this one.
I am very excited for this one myself. Honestly, we've been rooting for Sharpie since the beginning. We expected him to be at the finals. We were not expecting Rollo to fall off that early in, though. But yeah, Gap versus Sharpie, they earned their way up here. And it has been an amazing tournament so far this past week. So yeah, so before this finals, for the Zenith tournament commences, congratulations to everyone that participated. Thank you, Apeiron. Thank you, E4E, for making this all happen. Boom, Chiefs up in the air. So yeah, are you guys ready for the grand final match? Will Sharpie dominate Zenith and a new dawn, or will Gap stop the reign of terror by the permanent marker?
I mean, honestly, at this point, I can't bet against Sharpie. He's just been absolutely unstoppable. He's left his mark on the entire scene now. He's now fighting to become, king of the South. And Meditate is looking very, very strong. It seems like, they've got their training partners on both sides of the world, and they're just grinding it out. They're getting ready for these tournaments. The E4E A New Dawn is starting tomorrow. So, for all you Apeiron fans out there, the action continues. It's not over yet. Today, grand finals have arrived, and tomorrow we continue with more SEA action.
Let's go.
So, yeah, I think.
Let's go.
I think it's time for the grand finals. Let's jump right in. Gap versus Sharpie. It is time to shine. Which one of these players is going to go home with the crown? Just holding it down. I am so excited to see.
All right.
Anything new today, or we're going to be AC5ing it up? This has been the purest AC5 tournament ever.
And it has been so far. But switching it up a bit with the Air C6 from time to time. I'm very curious as to what they bring to the table. Could just be a regular AC5 game once again. But hey, Sharpie has been dominating with the Delta. And as well, compared to the previous Zenith tournaments where we saw Logic switch into an AC5 that is also a Karst, which led to him actually winning it all, Sharpie has just been playing amazing with this Delta alone. And even though it is very squishy, as long as you have the fancy feet for it, you can survive till the very end up until your victory.
Yeah, if you have the movement, which Sharpie has had, you can kind of just do whatever you want, right? You're able to just, and I'd love to know, where is this Sharpie guy from? Where did he play other games? Was he a professional league player? Was he on 1437's Dota team? I'd love to know more about this guy, because what I do know is he's got fancy footwork and he has been putting on a show.
All right, and the show is definitely what we're getting right now. Sharpie taken very low, already at half health. The switcheroo is going to be the tearing Gap for quite a bit. The advantage on the Apostles is on to Sharpie right now. And oh my god, a double welcome to the Slam finds Gap. And now the HP is equalized. The switcheroo is going to save his life from that Zip Zop barrage coming from Gap. And right now they're just chilling. But Sharpie is sitting at 13 mana right now, looking to maybe make this into 15. He has a last dude standing proc right now on one of the warriors, and an auto attack hits Gap. And now he is below half health, and the pressure is on for Sharpie. Gap needs to get away. He had a very controlling early to mid game, but it looks like Sharpie has now 1 foot in front of him. And can he close this off into a dominant fashion? Gap is slowly healing right right back up, but the double welcome to the slam welcomes him to a world of pain, raising him up in the sky and just killing him off right there. Sharpie just sharp as a pencil once again, dude. You know what? Screw it. If Sharpie wins it all, we can respect that fact that we have been getting more and more players that can just challenge these big names out of nowhere. Who is this Sharpie guy, dude?
Oh, I get to talk. Hi. Yeah. So I don't even know, man. He made it to the end game with 13 mana and 3 apostles on the field. So he was able to just play any cards he wanted and not even let Gap breathe at the end of the game. It looked pretty even for the most part, but then it kind of just went completely one-sided. Sharpie is playing a different game. He's playing by himself in his own league right now. Even when it seems close, it really isn't.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with these AC5 games right now, especially when it is the mirror of the Double Warrior. So the Double Warrior and the AC5 comp by itself just really makes things happen. Oh my goodness. So these follow-ups just kind of threatens you because when you're just close to each other, you don't know what's going to happen next. I'm followed up. Okay, where's the pain? Where is it?
So many magic bombs here too. Sharpie's really been abusing those magic bombs, and I think that might be how he's getting this huge apostle advantage and being able to play so passive. Just bombing, never really gets any damage on to Gap with it, just blowing up the mages. So, keep that in mind when you play against Sharpie. Maybe try to get your mages out of the way of these magic bombs. Also, holding that welcome to the slam, always looking to combo it, because if you can get that combo, it really changes the game.
That's true. Well, anything could happen from here on. Gap still has the tankiness on his side, but he's not looking to threaten anything in the early game because he might just get punished for it, knowing that Sharpie does have really strong warriors and apostles. And here comes another welcome to the slam, 1100 damage right there, and a last dude standing hit could just be it.
I mean, those flying axes are always interesting to me. I never feel like they do anything, and they look so underwhelming. But here we go, Sharpie on the attack again, juking out of the way, and Gap is just throwing his feathers at air. Sharpie is ready. He's going to come in. He's got 10 mana after the dash, so he's going to go in for a dash, probably combo that with the welcome to the slam. Doesn't quite hit the dash, does do some damage there. Gap under half health, and feathers coming his way.
All right, here it comes. The feathers, the zip zaps, and then he's just trying to get away and try to survive. He still has a warrior in there. One auto attack. Oh my gosh! And he just faces his death right there. Very dominant still for Sharpie. And it just goes to show that it is still loading. But where is our faces? And here we are.
Who is this guy? Where did Sharpie come from? This is nutty. He's just playing out of his mind right now. It doesn't even look close. Like, this is insanity. This is insanity. This guy is the real deal. Say it with me. SHARPY. You are way too slow. Probably because slow mode is on. But it's okay. We forgive you, Schmunchmean. And 1-0, Sharpie taking the lead against Gap. It is a best of 5. Gap has plenty of time to fight back. But, and it's not that big of a gap yet.
It is not that big of a gap yet. He still has a way to come back to this. This is a best of 5. He's watching, learning how Sharpie plays. There's a lot more time for him to actually learn how he plays, how he moves, how he could potentially beat him in the end. Hopefully. So can Gap make something happen and stop the reign of terror of Sharpie, or will Sharpie clear this off in the most stylish fashion I have ever seen in Web3 esports history?
What's his name? Gap. Sharpie, watch your mouth, Mega Dino. And then Sharpie gets pinned onto the top of the screen. I think that's a great place for him. Until he loses a game, you just leave him up there. He's just hanging out, doing his thingy. No big deal. I love how the producer can mess with these little dudes. This is really funny stuff.
You're so... Mega Dino is in the chat. Dude. I guess it's Gap.
Sharpie started playing the game in March, Celestial in 1 week with the Air Seed planet. Well, there you go. He's a natural.
He definitely is a natural coming into tournaments after tournaments, and he has just been dominating these. And imagine what would happen in the Guild Wars. So right now, Sharpie is Sharpie, win or lose, first place, second place is already meditate, but it is first place is what they're fighting for right now. And also, it's going to be a mythic core. Mythic core can contain from a quad to a pure. So all three champs gets one of these, and it's gonna be gotcha. It's gonna be a good one there, and also a golden apostle ticket that could contain an apostle from IV 81 to 100.
That's pretty amazing. And getting a core is so awesome because, like, you could get a pure, you could get a duo, and that could completely change your entire farm, your entire breeding. So here we go. Set 2 has commenced. Gap from Star-Lords versus Sharpie, representing Meditate. Sharpie taking out the mage and jumping in to do some damage, get the knockup, taking out all of these apostles right here. But no, Gap comes in, stops that madness, gives him a little bit of a feathers to the face, brings him back. Nice plays here from Gap. Saved his apostles, got a cancel, and was able to do some damage to Sharpie. But Sharpie is just swinging right back, swinging for the fences, going down on HP, but both players could... Oh my goodness, and now it's even again.
It is even again, but it's looking a lot better for Gap as compared to the previous rounds that they've had. Gap was taking a lot of damage from the last dude standing warriors, and those warriors hit like a freaking truck. And here it is once again, 3v1 situation where you are outnumbered by Sharpie and his warriors. The return for the feathers does not find anything, and he needs to back away, needs to tailwind dash and not let the warrior take a single hit, because that's going to be massive.
And again, it looked like Gap was super close in this game, but all of a sudden, oh wait, the stun! The big boy stun from Gap, and he comes back. He's got Sharpie down to 1 hit, and Gap takes the game. That was
my god! Sharpie loses
possible.
a game.
That was sick.
Dude, okay, so Sharpie can lose. It is possible. He is beatable. So now, what do we make of this? Can Gap keep doing what he just did and deny Sharpie the perfect tournament run from a new dawn to Zenith? How will this one end?
That is the question right there. That is the question. And, you know, we're about to get an answer. Because Gap is ready to room blay, Sharpie dropping magic bombs, looking where his warriors can reach, and that range just got a little bit longer after the bomb from Gap moving forward. Oh, nice little stun there from Gap, coming in, going for some early game pressure. Sharpie trying to return fire with the feathers, and Gap decides, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. I need to regroup, get some mana before I'm gonna try that again. But till then, go have fun with my apostles while I am gonna build up some mana and do the same thing that you did last round. Make that same thing happen. There was a 3v1 situation there with 2 of the warriors was still alive on the side of Sharpie, but he still closed it off. But really close though. It was just way too close for comfort.
Yeah, and right now, Sharpie's slight life advantage, knocking up Gap, getting the big boy return, and now keeping the pressure on, misses the dash, which would have possibly canceled the zip zaps, so that little bit of a bummer, charging up his welcome to the slam, and there it is right after the jump. Slam does not quite hit, though, does get the mage out of the way, and bringing his own feathers is Sharpie, got Gap in a corner. Gap's feeling okay, gets away from the knockup.
Gets away from that follow-up. That is really good from Gap. He doesn't stop moving, because the moment he stops moving, he doesn't start accumulating the steps to get another piece of armor. So he is just currently living off the armor that he gets for free from his passives. And now here we go once again, 3v1 situation, but the difference is that instead of double warriors, it is single mage and a warrior as well. Here it comes. I guess is this the final showdown? The mana has been built up, and here comes an AC5 coming out of Meditate Sharpie, but none of those actually hit, so the snare is not going to be a lot, and they're going to look to regroup once again.
And it's so insane because every play they make, they're trying to calculate so many things in such a small amount of time. Angles of the feathers, jump angles, dash angles, all the knockups, all the tingies, where they're going to move, predicting the other player. And big return there from Sharpie, doing some massive damage to Gap. Gap getting off a decent return fire, but can he get the return? No, he goes in the other direction, and Sharpie's looking to be in control of this game. Circles getting smaller, still 2 apostles supporting Sharpie in this late game battle, and now Gap down to 1 shot. Feathers are coming. 1 return is going to do it.
1 return and the zip zap orb, but it's not just gonna be just yet for Gap, but boom, the smash is there. And did you see how much life Sharpie is getting back from the life drain because of the AC5s? He may not have that passive regeneration or armor that comes from the Earth passive, but he is getting a lot of healing done with the life drain passive. And let's just not even waste any time. Let's go to round 3. Is this going to be a clean sweep for Sharpie, or is Gap going to come back here with at least a point coming from Sharpie?
Yeah, that last dude standing right there, given the big baboomshka late game feels, and it is hard to come back from a 2-0, so this is one that Gap needs badly. If he can't get this one, going down against Sharpie 2-0, that feels painful, just saying it, right? We've been saying, can anyone erase the Sharpie? So far, the answer is no. Gap did get a game, so this is the moment. This is the time to fight for his right to party. The tournament is heating up, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the grand finals of the final day of the Zenith Invitational, and it has been a pleasure. 1-1, set 2, Sharpie and Gap.
Sharpie and Gap in a 1v1. 5 rounds to make it all happen. So Sharpie has been building his reputation up, been invisible the entire time in the leaderboard, just pops right back up. It's a really great story to be made, and that's all we're gonna be talking about right now. But can Gap make it into an upset by winning this 1 round and taking it into a tie and denying him into a sweep?
Beautiful start, Gap. Oh my goodness, but Sharpie returns fire with the welcome to the slam, and both players under half health now, just trading blows. This is a heavyweight bout, looking like some Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. Sharpie again, getting big hits onto Gap, getting him stunned, putting him in the corner. Gap trying to return fire with the zip zaps, has to back up, and this slam could be the end of the game. It wasn't charged, but the follow with the feathers. And Sharpie goes up 2-0 in sets, and now Gap has his back against the wall. The gap is widening.
My gosh, the gap is widening in a painful way, definitely widening down the middle into a splits, and it looks like he's going to be denied a point once again. Is this going to be a clean sweep, a clean swipe from Sharpie? He casts a drawing, he casts the line, and it's going to be straight into victory.
Sharpie can land skill shots versus Flow 6. That's what it means. Hey, that's legit, and it's happening. He's hitting these skill shots when it matters most. Even when he takes a couple punches to the chin, it just seems like Sharpie gets sharper, right? Sharpies aren't supposed to work that way. They're supposed to get dull. They're not supposed to get sharper. So this man is defying the world. He's defying physics. He's defying gravity. He's defying everything. Who is this man?
He is defying players, that's for sure. Who is this man? Well, he's a bood. He's a bood. He plays AC5 really, really well, and we still don't know who he is. But what we do know is he's really good at playing. He should go pro.
He already has. He got the tag. He was dubbed professional. He has brought out the meditate banner on his name. So let's go into the third set. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. This could be the end of the Zenith Invitational, or could it be the beginning of the greatest comeback in Apeiron history?
Let us go.
Oh, juice. Juice. Love juice.
Juice. Ooh. Use. Anyway, Gap versus Sharpie, threatening a clean sweep right here, right now.
Right here, right now, right here, right now. Finals, baby. Grand frickin' finals, baby. Thank you all for coming out and hanging out with us today. This has been a pleasure. It's been a great week chilling with all of y'all. And remember, this weekend it continues with even more Apeiron action. Finals, baby. Set number 3. Sharpie up 2-0. It's a freshly clean swept slate right now. Can Gap do it and bring it back?
All right, the AC5 failing to hit anything with Gap's attempt to try to hit Sharpie there, but now Sharpie confident enough to switcheroo back into the mage, into the follow-up, and into the AC5. The AC5 finds him, but the switcheroo away will deter him from dealing any more damage.
But look at Gap just taking damage left and right. We see Sharpie down on this side of the map, and you just see Gap's life dropping piece by piece by piece. Another magic bomb coming in from Sharpie, and now we see the mages about to drop from Gap. Gap also trying to take out this warrior who's been giving him fits later on. That last dude standing probably is going to ruin his memory for, for the near future.
Oh, yeah. And now with the welcome to the slam being hovered right over there. And oh my God, that really quick thinking, not dashing or continuing to walk the same path. You kind of got to build that mentality where something's hovering you at any given moment. And then this is what an AC5 match would definitely look like, even in the leaderboard. All right, the welcome to the slam is going to be used, but he's going to be switcherooing away and doesn't find anything. The AC5 is coming out of Sharpie. Can he get the return to deal some more damage? But now Sharpie looks like he has the back foot here since he has less damage. But oh my goodness, the zip zap or crits, an auto attack hits, and now Gap is being threatened once again.
He's getting pushed back. He has to get away from all the different damages. Here comes the slam. That's going to miss. So a little bit of wasted mana from Sharpie. Gap now dropping out his feathers, trying to get that return, get some healing, get that 1v1, and he's still in a very good position here. This could go either way. Gap also has the orb auto attacks. Zip zaps are down. He's ready to dodge. He gets out of the way of the feathers. More feathers are coming. They run into a shield, though. And now it's seeing like
Sharpie gets hit in the face. He gets freaking smorked out of there. And the next round, is he going to be denied the clean sweep? Or are we going to see a clean finish from Sharpie? First round going to Gap is new. We haven't seen that yet. And it looks like Sharpie is going to have a run for his money if he wants to get a perfect tournament game.
Sharpie is, okay, Gap is adjusting here too, getting away from the magic bombs. Sharpie having a little bit of a rough start here, had to discard some early cards, missed half of the magic bomb, Gap getting some of these small wins that you need to get to beat this monster man Sharpie, walking through hallways, the Grim Reaper just taking people out left and right, jumps coming in. And last man standing, switcheroo now for Sharpie. Both players making some moves. No big damage just quite yet.
All right, and the magic bomb is going to deal a lot of damage on top of the apostles. I guess you are absolutely right. It is the magic bomb. It is the danger disc that has been dealing so much damage on the side of on Gap's apostles, giving Sharpie a massive advantage in towards that late game, especially these warriors. These warriors are the star of the show. You may think it's Sharpie, but here comes another welcome to the slam to just prove my point. Well, not on this one because it didn't hit, but yeah, you get what I'm saying.
For the first time, it looks like Gap is actually going to have a little bit of an apostle advantage. We haven't seen this yet. This is new. This is different. This is interesting. So Gap up one game, but nice movement right there from Sharpie getting away, and big return. Sharpie making moves.
Sharpie making moves and dashing away from that AC5 coming out of Gap. He's taken it to half health, but he doesn't actually have that much mana to make something happen right now. He maybe needs to take a chill pill, get some mana, enough for the AC5 Tailwind Zip Zap combo.
Sharpie going in to get a cancel, does get juked by Gap, who's doing a pretty good job here. But, it's Sharpie with the one apostle still alive. That warrior is doing absolute work. Gap trying to switch and trade damage, getting in a nice hit, but it looks like Sharpie is just toying with them. Backing up, going forward, just dancing. And Gap Oh, getting slammed on. Ow, that one really hurt.
Oh my goodness. Did you see how he hovers that AC5? You see him hovering it like it was a crosshair, dude. Okay, here comes the follow-up. Just a few autos could just do the trick. The Zip Zap is going to be the nail in the coffin for this 1 point, and he takes it into a tie. And now one more game, and then Sharpie will be crowned the champion of Zenith's tournament in South America.
Man, he's just going ham.
He's killing it.
He's going ham, bro. This is impressive stuff. Sharpie looking unstoppable. Sweep, sweep, sweep. One more. Oh my God. Apostle MVP. Let's fracking go. Game changer. Slamming all day. And, you know, Gap needs to stay the hell away from these warriors. You can't keep letting him slam you like that. Maybe every time you want to go left, you go right. You know what I mean? Just completely mix it up.
Yep, he can't keep getting away with this. He can't. But now, with knowing this, Gap is still trying to, well, close this gap, trying to get in there. Sharpie using a AC5 but does not find anything there. Uses the switcheroo to save the mage into the late game because it's being threatened by now by the double warrior combo coming out of Gap. And now Gap going in there, of course, putting some support there. But, oh my goodness, the switcheroo into the magic bomb could have been so much damage too.
Yeah, that was very scary. And I see Zero in the chat saying level 100 warriors. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That helps, right? That makes quite a difference when they're basically as strong as an avatar. Impressive, impressive. So, Sharpie, Gap, here we are. Set number 3. It is the rubber game. If Gap loses this, it is over. If Sharpie loses this, then Gap still has a chance. But it's looking like Gap is running out of apostles very, very quickly here. The slam comes in, and it is very painful for Gap here. It's looking like Sharpie might want to end this one quickly. Gap's trying to heal up with the feathers, but it's not that much healing. And now, if Sharpie can get one return, Gap's going to be looking out of commission.
All right, he's at 5 mana, and the last 5 of those mana is going to be used on this AC5 right now. The movement that he's done makes him cast another. Is this going to be the closer? Will this be the gap closer that Sharpie needed to close off this game? Another AC5 should just do the trick. He is threatened. He doesn't have a switcheroo. He does have the tailwind. The return is going to be massive. He does not get knocked off, but then the return is not fine, Gap, once again, but does welcome to the slam does not find it either.
I think he needs to end the game with a slam just because. All right, the Zip Zap takes him down, and Sharpie is our champion, undefeated in sets. He's absolutely crushing it, and there he is, Zenith champion, South America, Sharpie from Meditate. Well freaking played.
Let's go. Meditate is just dominating the Zenith tournament. Who's to say it can happen again in the Guild Wars as well, taking first place in all the regions. Logic, 1437, and now Sharpie, and even in second place. But hey, we got a little bit of Star-Lord in there. Congrats to Gap, and congrats to everybody that participated once again. So yeah, Chief, close this off for us. But yeah, 3-0 sweep from Sharpie. Crazy game.
Hey, honestly, congratulations to Meditate for this week. Still 2 more tournaments. Hoping that we don't want to see only domination, you know, but Star-Lord's great job. Meditate crushing it. This is going to motivate everyone to have to work a lot harder because Meditate is doing it right. They're training, they're practicing, they're looking sharp. And Sharpie is leading the charge today. Congrats to all of them. This has been a very fun week of the Zenith Invitational. I'm so proud, pleased, pleasure to be here and do this. Thank you, Biku, for coming out. This has been freaking awesome. And for everyone out there, like, tomorrow, I'm going to be casting with Zero. It's going to be like 7 or 8 p.m. Vietnam time, and we're going to do some more SEA Top 8 action. And then on Sunday, is that with you, Biku?
Sunday? I'm not really sure, but hey, dude, just hit me up. I'm happy to cast this. I'm happy to see some great freaking players. I'm happy to just be yapping right in front of the screen. Telling people to get excited.
I'm not sure at the moment, but I do know we have 2 more casts coming. Thank you guys all for coming out. Good job to Sharpie. Good job to Meditate. You guys are bosses. Well played, well deserved. And I hope everybody has an absolutely wonderful Friday or Thursday night or whatever it is. Have a great day, night, evening, afternoon. We love you guys. And we're going to see you very soon. Biku, if you have any final words, let the people know.
Oysters. Let's freaking go. E4E production team. Let's fucking go. Look at all this. This has been made possible because of E4E, because of Apeiron, the game we enjoy. Thank you, Chief. Thank you, everybody. And yeah, have a nice day. Have a nice Friday. TGIF, motherfuckers. Oh, dude, I dropped it again. I'm getting fired, aren't I?
Are we going to interview? I forgot. Interview. No interview. No. All right, no interview. All right, everybody. Have a good Friday. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Peace out. Bye-bye.
My name is Jeff Zerlin, aka Jihos, and I'm a co-founder of Sky Mavis, the inventors of Axie Infinity and the Ronin Network. We've been saying that 2023 will be a year for building, and today we're showing that's what we've been doing. We are delivering on RON staking, the transition to DPoS, to deliver property rights to all users of the internet, starting with gamers. Today's announcement shows that Ronin is about so much more than Axie. We're welcoming new IPs, new teams, new types of experiences onto Ronin, while also reinforcing the core foundation of Axie Infinity. The transition to DPoS is part of our plan to decentralize the Ronin network over time. It's something that is super important to the integrity and the health and safety of the ecosystem. We saw back in 2021 with the launch of Ronin how Axie and Ronin can be super synergistic with each other. So more games on Ronin, more activity on Ronin, I think this is going to benefit the entire Axie community and the ecosystem as a whole. We envision Ronin as the best place to launch and grow Web3 games. So way back in 2018 when we were building Axie, we realized that there was still so much infrastructure that needed to be built. Gas fees were really high on Ethereum. It was slow, right? So building on Ethereum was a lot like training in the hyperbolic chamber from Dragon Ball Z. With Ronin, we're solving all the problems and building all the tools that we wish we had when we started our journey. So a Ronin is a samurai without a master. And with Ronin, we took the destiny of our own products into our own hands. And simultaneously, we see this as an opportunity for Web3 game developers to also take the destiny and the direction of their products. These ecosystems, due to how they combine economics, community, and leisure, are becoming known as digital nations. Axie Infinity was hampered by high transaction speeds and slow finality on Ethereum. However, when Axie deployed on Ronin in April 2021, it experienced hypergrowth and onboarded millions of gamers. The community has been asking for two main things on Ronin. One, RON staking. Two, more games, more experiences. And today, we're taking a major step towards a world of infinite experiences. Web3 games are a new type of game. Games that are more empowering to the community, to the users that play them. Today's migration to DPoS is about you. Over the last few years, it's become really clear how digital ownership and property rights can transform the lives of gamers all over the world. Today's migration to DPoS for Ronin will allow us to double down on this and expand it to more gamers. Over the last year, I've been traveling to meet our community in America, the Philippines, Vietnam, all over the world, and it's been really touching to hear the stories of people who have had their lives changed by this revolution. Today, we're making a big step towards making this even more accessible to the billions of gamers all over the world. There are a bunch of ways for the community to get involved right now. First, start staking your RON tokens through a validator. Second, let's help amplify this announcement. Join the community, join the Ronin Discord, follow us on Twitter, retweet this post. And finally, start doing research into some of these games. See which ones resonate with you and which ones you're most excited about. My name is Jeff Zerlin, aka Jihos, and I'm a co-founder of Sky Mavis, the inventors of Axie Infinity and the Ronin Network. We've been saying that 2023 will be a year for building, and today we're showing that's what we've been doing. We are delivering on RON staking, the transition to DPoS, to deliver property rights to all users of the internet, starting with gamers. Today's announcement shows that Ronin is about so much more than Axie. We're welcoming new IPs, new teams, new types of experiences onto Ronin, while also reinforcing the core foundation of Axie Infinity. The transition to DPoS is part of our plan to decentralize the Ronin network over time. It's something that is super important to the integrity and the health and safety of the ecosystem. We saw back in 2021 with the launch of Ronin how Axie and Ronin can be super synergistic with each other. So more games on Ronin, more activity on Ronin, I think this is going to benefit the entire Axie community and the ecosystem as a whole. We envision Ronin as the best place to launch and grow Web3 games. So way back in 2018 when we were building Axie, we realized that there was still so much infrastructure that needed to be built. Gas fees were really high on Ethereum. It was slow, right? So building on Ethereum was a lot like training in the hyperbolic chamber from Dragon Ball Z. With Ronin, we're solving all the problems and building all the tools that we wish we had when we started our journey. So a Ronin is a samurai without a master. And with Ronin, we took the destiny of our own products into our own hands. And simultaneously, we see this as an opportunity for Web3 game developers to also take the destiny and the direction of their products. These ecosystems, due to how they combine economics, community, and leisure, are becoming known as digital nations. Axie Infinity was hampered by high transaction speeds and slow finality on Ethereum. However, when Axie deployed on Ronin in April 2021, it experienced hypergrowth and onboarded millions of gamers. The community has been asking for two main things on Ronin. One, RON staking. Two, more games, more experiences. And today, we're